Locations, including the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hills. It's the Tony Brothers crew this evening with Josh Tiven and Brian Forte assisting. A very much a veteran crew, as you often see. In fact, you always see it in these NBA playoffs. We hinted at it earlier, but the starting five for Joe Mazzulla will have Kristaps Porzingis in it. He has not started since Game 1. He's had that mystery illness. He was able to play 24 minutes in Game 4. That's a series high for him, but was largely ineffective on defense, especially as the game wore on. They'll have two bigs in their starting five. Al Horford is the other. Only 1 day of rest between Games 4 and 5, and that's meant a big difference for Al Horford when he's had 2 days off. He's been very effective, but he continues his age 38 season. He'll turn 39 next month. It has been difficult for him to produce at the level the Celtics need him to if they want to come back from 3-1 down. As for the backcourt, you've got Jrue Holiday and Derrick White, no surprises there. And then Jaylen Brown at the three. And man, is there a lot of pressure on Jaylen Brown to get this thing done for the Celtics. The most comparable game to what he's dealing with right now, you have to go back to Game 7 of the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat. The Celtics had won 3 in a row to force Game 7 after dropping the first 3 to Miami. But in the opening moments of the game, Jayson Tatum sprained his ankle. He played through it, but was largely ineffective. So a lot of the offense came down to Jaylen Brown. What happened? Well, he was 1 for 9 from 3, held to 19 points, and most importantly, he committed a career-high 8 turnovers. And fans around here wanted to ship Jaylen Brown out of town. But, of course, the ultimate redemption story for Brown, winning the Conference Finals and NBA Finals MVP a season ago to lead the Celtics to banner 18. So, maybe some legacy on the line for Jaylen Brown. Certainly nothing to lose, but could be a whole lot to gain for number 7 in green. As for the New York Knicks, the starting lineup continues to gel, and they had some of their best moments of the entire year in the second half of Game 4 when they scored 70 points from halftime on against this vaunted Celtics defense. It is Brunson and Bridges in the backcourt. Jalen Brunson just became the third player ever to have a playoff game with at least 39 points, at least 12 assists, and 1 or fewer turnover. You can probably guess the other two if you think recent, and yes, it is LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. As for Mikal Bridges, he scored 10 of his 23 points in the fourth quarter of Game 4, and the two-point shot continues to impress, 10 of 15 from two-point range. He also had a career high in the playoffs anyway, 4 steals in that pivotal Game 4 win. Anunoby and Hart out there as well. OG had 20 points on Monday, and the Knicks are 5-0 in this playoff run when Anunoby has at least 20. Josh Hart only played 30 minutes in that game because of his 5 personal fouls. That was a small part of why Tom Thibodeau went with Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson to start the fourth quarter. The Knicks went on an 18-10 run, which wound up flipping the game. Karl-Anthony Towns in the middle, and he has proven in this series he's a whole lot more than just one of the elite three-point shooting big men in NBA history. He's done so much damage inside, to the tune of 58% shooting from two-point range, and maybe more impressively, 4 offensive rebounds a game for Karl-Anthony Towns through the first 4 games in this series. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Win the game, win the series, and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. That's the simple, yet oh so complicated scenario for the Knicks, as they'll have to solve the Celtics puzzle for a 4th time in 5 games. And as Jaylen Brown put it so aptly after the Celtics blew out the Knicks in Game 3, quote, "You gotta beat us 4 times. Not 2, not 1, not 3. You gotta beat us 4 times." And the Knicks have a chance to do it here tonight. Celtics in black for the first time in the series, win the tip and go left to right against the Knicks in their association whites. Porzingis on the near side arc, defended by Towns. Hands to Brown, marked by Hart. At the foul line, Brown ducks inside, drive and kick Horford. Near corner 3 over Anunoby, short. Rebound snatched by Towns, took it away from Brown. Bridges races ahead from right to left. He's been a hero on this parquet floor twice on the defensive end already in the series. Baseline drive and a pull-up jumper is good from the dotted line, and a whole lot of noise here from the New York fans making the trip up from the big city. $160 was a get-in price, which is a drop in the bucket for Knicks fans as the Knicks tip this pass out of bounds near baseline. It'll stay with the Celtics. It is 2-0 New York, 11:16 to go in the first. Derrick White inbound from the right baseline. Pass was tipped and saved by Bridges from underneath the hoop. What an acrobatic play. Brunson on the move, right wing, walk-up three-pointer, too strong, and Brown rips down the rebound.
Early, you see the defensive impression that Mikal Bridges has made on this series.
Derrick White wide open, near corner triple, rolls it in front of the Celtic bench. It's a 3-2 Boston lead.
Derrick White is the guy that I'm actually watching tonight. While the first thought is Jaylen Brown having to step up for Tatum, I actually think it's going to be a combination.
That's a great point. White in the first quarter on Monday, 4 for 4 from 3.
Lights out.
And the Knicks, they turned the water off. He had just 9 points the rest of the way after 14 in the first 12 minutes. Josh Hart up top, try to backdoor feed for Brunson, actually hung on to it, now finds Towns up top, defended by Holiday, 3 to shoot, backs him down, right elbow, double team, stripped by White, loose ball came to Hart, and he gets a bailout foul as Holiday claps his hands in frustration. He trucked Hart on the left side wing. Hart went down hard, we'll say it's on the floor, and that is a good call. Holiday sealed him off and hip checked him. With 10:32 to go in the first, it's 3-2 Celtics.
Good hustle play by Josh Hart. The Knicks were on the brink of a shot clock violation. Literally, the whistle blows with 0.4 remaining on the shot clock.
It's early, but you feel the energy and urgency from both sides. Maybe human nature for the Knicks to relax a bit, up 3-1 with no Jayson Tatum, but I don't see any signs of that so far. Left point three from Towns, in and out. Contested three over Brown. Cat is 1 for 11 from downtown in the series, but he's still getting 20 and 10 a night. In the lane, Holiday tries to hit a floater, missed it. Came right back to him, though, as Hart couldn't secure the rebound. Dribbles out beyond the far side perimeter. Plays catch with White into the corner. Skip pass near side. Brown defended by Brunson. Backs him down into the paint. Spin move baseline. Pump fakes Towns. Hits a left-hand floater. And the Celtics have a 5-2 lead 2 minutes in.
Well, I like on that possession the way Jalen Brunson held his ground and Karl-Anthony Towns came over in to help to defend the tough layup by Jaylen Brown.
That was a big part of at least limiting Tatum on Monday. Brunson was willing to take him one-on-one. Inside Towns catches, drives, foul by Horford. The shot wouldn't go, but 2 free throws for Cat on a nice fine backdoor cut, and he was given the ball by Josh Hart.
You can feel the energy in here from the Celtics in terms of wanting to come out early and make a statement, almost like they're convincing themselves that they're all right without Jayson Tatum. And look, I still think this team deserves a ton of respect and a ton of credit without Jayson Tatum. Is it different from what has made them the second seed in the Eastern Conference? For sure. But do I expect them to roll over on this one? No way.
Tom Thibodeau quoted the stat before the game. Celtics had to play 10 games this year without Tatum. They won 8 of them. Towns makes the first free throw. It's 5-3 Celtics, 9:45 to go in the first. But here are the 8 teams the Celtics beat without their leader. Portland, Utah, Brooklyn, Phoenix, Washington, Charlotte, and then before the Pistons got hot, this was back in the fall, the Celtics got them twice. The playoff version of the New York Knicks is obviously a much tougher test. Towns at the basket to our left, switches home both free throws.
Well, do you have the 2 teams they lost to?
No.
All right.
5-4. Celtics lead the Knicks with 9:39 to go in this first quarter. Holiday spins in the lane, kick out Porzingis straight on 3 over Anunoby. Very short. Hart couldn't get this rebound either. It goes out of bounds right baseline. Very rare missed opportunities on the defensive glass for Hart, and the Celtics get a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
I think there's a little bit of nervous energy all around.
Yeah.
How often do you see Josh Hart get his whole hand on a rebound and not corral it in?
At the right baseline, White will get it to Horford near corner, hands back to Horford. Now Porzingis left block posting up Towns. Takes her dribble to the free throw line, step back 2, whistle blows, offensive foul on Kristaps Porzingis. Karl-Anthony Towns for once gets the call on the other end, and the Knicks will take over down 1. Now Porzingis, still nothing official reported about what the heck is going wrong with him, but all we know is it's a respiratory illness. He has looked sluggish down the stretch in these games. And additional reporting in a grander scheme, he might not be on this team next year with the salary cap crunch. But that's a conversation for another day. Brunson, left elbow, backing down Brown, turns the corner, gets inside, missed a wild righty floater. Maybe thought he got hit, but no call.
Jaylen Brown is dogging Jalen Brunson.
Derrick White, high side wing crossover to the top of the key, takes a three and rolls in another one. Another hot shooting start for Derrick White. It's 8-4 Boston, 3 minutes in. Now, during the regular season, White shot over 50% from downtown against the Knicks. And in the series is at 38%. You're right, Monica, he'll be a player to watch. Hart up top, drives left side, hands to Anunoby in front of the Knick bench left corner. Back to the left wing for Hart, 7 to shoot. He'll launch a three, in and out, rebound, swatted around, and it's off of Brown, left baseline out of bounds. Good job by Anunoby to box out and make that a tough rebound. The Knicks will keep it down 4, 8:32 to go.
Outside of that attack on the last possession, Jalen Brunson gets into the paint and has to flip one up over Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know that the Knicks have played downhill enough. I guess Karl-Anthony Towns drew that foul on a backdoor cut.
Bridges for three, left wing. It's good. Mikal Bridges usually saves big shots for the fourth quarter, but a nice one there to make it a one-point game.
Gets the lid off the basket as far as jumpers are concerned for the Knicks as well.
Holiday threw it out of bounds. He was hoping Porzingis would cut to the basket, but he was setting a screen at the free throw line. Understandably out of sync without Jayson Tatum. Last year in their championship run, he led them in points, assists, and rebounds throughout the entire postseason. That just doesn't happen. 3 turnovers already for the Celtics. Brunson, left block floater, drops it in, and the Knicks have a 9-8 lead. Joe Mazzulla not messing around tonight. He'll call an early timeout. Knicks 9, Celtics 8, with 8:06 to go in the first quarter.
So far, the Knicks able to match the urgency. They've been able to be poised. They've stayed connected defensively, and I thought they've gotten quality looks on the offensive end.
Clyde Frazier is here. Timothy Chalamet is here. And the Knicks' opportunity to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, well, that's here today in Boston as well. 9-8, they lead it. 8:06 remains in the opening quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey there, game lovers. Ready for some excitement? Chumba Casino is where it's at. It's free to play with hundreds of online social casino games and new releases every week. Play anytime, anywhere, and enjoy free daily login bonuses and a fantastic welcome offer. Whether at home or on the go, play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes with ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, Delaware, Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey Knicks fans, now at Verizon, they're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's their best price ever on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, they got you. Visit your local Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com. You can count on your friends at Ridgewood Savings Bank to show you the community banking difference with cutting-edge conveniences and a century-long tradition of award-winning service. Ridgewood is the financial partner you can count on today, tomorrow, and all the years to come. Whether you prefer to bank at your local neighborhood branch, from home, or on the go, they're always here to help you reach your goals. Let your friends at Ridgewood be the full-service banking partner you can count on to support you in your financial journey. Visit ridgewoodbank.com to find out more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks have a 9-8 lead, 4 minutes into Game 5 here in Boston. Chance to close out the series, improbably, in 5 games against the defending champs. For over 160 years, individuals and businesses from Montauk to Manhattan have trusted Dime for all their banking needs. Visit Dime.com for more information. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC. It is wild to think about how much changed in less than an hour on Monday. Third quarter, 9 minutes left in Game 4. The Celtics had a 14-point lead. Felt like, I'm sure to a lot of people, they were on their way to a win and a 2-2 series tie heading back here, where they still would have been NBA title favorites. Fast forward, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Knicks were up 9. Tatum was injured. And not just the Celtics season, but maybe this entire era of unprecedented winning is on the absolute brink. but the Knicks will have to finish the job. 9-8, they lead it. 8:06 remains in this first quarter. Derrick White has 2 3-pointers, so he's got 6 of Boston's 8 points. Mikal Bridges, 2 for 2, including a 3. He's got 5 with a 9 for New York. Celtics in black and green. Knicks are in white tonight. Boston ball from left to right. Derrick White up top, defended by Towns off a Porzingis screen. Brown trying to flash open left wing. They'll post up Porzingis on Brunson instead. Far elbow. 2 dribbles with the right hand. Porzingis stripped by Anunoby, coming over on help defense. Anunoby from right to left. Up top at the foul line. Slices inside. Pump fake. Tough righty leaner. No. Tipped by Towns off the backboard. And a whistle and a foul called on Jrue Holiday. We said it earlier, Monica, 4 offensive rebounds a game for Karl-Anthony Towns in this series, and he just drew the second foul on Jrue Holiday.
It is also curious that he's gotten 2 whistles already in this ballgame.
Weird,
because
right?
Karl-Anthony Towns often does not get a generous whistle.
Tony Brothers and company finally cutting him some slack. Now, a lot of folks thought Peyton Pritchard, the 6th man of the year, would enter the starting rotation, but only now does he come in with 7:38 to go in the first. Jrue Holiday comes out with his 2 fouls. He's arguing with Josh Tibbin as he walks off the floor. And who knows, this could also be Jrue Holiday's last game in a Celtic uniform. Turns 35 next month. He's signed for the next 3 years at $34 million per. Inbound to Josh Hart, straight up, given room by Porzingis. He'll hand to Bridges, knifes inside, right side of the paint. Stops his dribble, turnaround, fall away, off the back rim, and a good rebound from Brown. 9-8 Celtics. Brown across the timeline from left to right. Tried to cross over Bridges, lost it, got it back, lines up in the paint, but blows a left-hand layup, and Josh Hart will rip it away.
Great activity by Josh Hart, and this is the transition basketball that I talked about being one of my keys, as Josh Hart is able to finish on the left side in front of Kristaps Porzingis. Hart and Anunoby in particular get a lot of energy from scoring in transition.
That was a classic Hart coast to coast. Loose ball into a layup. Inside Porzingis, push Brunson off. Missed the layup over Anunoby. Frustration continues for Porzingis and is carrying over into the crowd. Brunson, high side wing, directing traffic. He's one-on-one with Pritchard, so he says, give me some room, I'll take him myself. Backs him down to the right elbow. In the lane, turnaround jumper over Pritchard. Front rim, no. Rebound fumble by Horford. Then he shoved Josh Hart out of bounds. And they're going to say it's a Knick ball because Horford stepped on the baseline. It should be a push-off on Horford, but the Knicks will take it. With 14 on the shot clock, they lead 11-8 in the first quarter. 6:39 to go in the first. And a less than warm greeting back to the bench for Kristaps Porzingis from these fans here in Boston.
This one feels desperate on the part of the Celtics. They don't have any sort of rhythm just yet. Not that the Knicks have an impressive rhythm either, but there at least seems to be a level of poise in my mind.
Cornette came in for Porzingis. Starting 5 still on the floor for the Knicks. Drive from Towns. Handoff to Hart of the dunker spot, but double teamed by Cornette and Horford. He lost the ball in midair. Speeding ahead, Brown. South to the foul line. Kick out to White. Wide open 3. Got another one from the top of the arc. And he's tied the game at 11. He was 4 for 4 to start game 3. He's 3 for 3 to begin game 5. That stops a 7-0 Knick run. Hart, right side block, puts his back to Cornette. Keeps his dribble. Now up top to Anunoby. Left wing 3. Short over White. Rebound Cornette. Peyton Pritchard with his first touch. Picked up by Bridges across the court. Dribbling at that Celtic logo. To the left wing now. They want to post up Brown on Brunson. Far side mid-post. Faces up, jab step right. Hops up in the lane. Scoop pass across the Cornette, and he banks home a go-ahead layup. 13-11 Boston. 5:44 to go in the first quarter.
Honestly, I feel like this is the loudest we've heard this Boston Celtics crowd in the 3 games now that we've been here. They are clearly trying to do their part to will their team to victory tonight.
Now moving screen on Towns. Offensive foul. That's his first. The Celtics fans trying to will Boston to a victory. And the reason they were so quiet in games 1 and game 2, they expected to be up by 20 in both games. And then they were, of course, silenced as the Knicks came back to take a 2-0 series lead.
Stunned.
Pick and roll, White wide open, drive to the lane, and it hits a right-hand layup. 15-11. Boston has answered a 7-0 Knick run with one of their own. After
game 4, Josh Hart gave a shout-out to P.J. Tucker, and I may come back to that one.
Backdoor cut, Brunson catches, lays it in with a right hand. Beautiful pass from Josh Hart. It's a 2-point game. Walk up left wing 3 for Derrick White. Yep, he's 4 for 4 again. Might want to get a hand up on that guy. 5 minutes left in the first. It's a 5-point Celtic lead. Anunoby left side, pick and roll with Hart in the lane, hop step into Cornette, layup blocked out of bounds. He thought he got fouled, no call.
The Knicks to me are playing a little bit too much of individual ball. One of the things that Tibbs talked about them doing so well now is playing off of one another. I don't know that we've seen a lot of that. The backdoor cut between the two roommate podcast hosts, Hart and Brunson, was a good example of that, but we have not had a lot of it.
Tony Brothers is pointing over at the Celtic bench, telling someone to sit down or calm down. Joe Mazzulla looks very unhappy. He wanted to push off on OG Anunoby. Derrick White has 14 of the Celtics' 18 points. Left corner, 3 from Anunoby. Too strong in front of his bench. Rebound Horford, handoff to Pritchard. Head up as he dribbles to the left wing. Crossover top of the key, picked up by Towns. Near corner, Brown pump fakes and drives on Anunoby. Left elbow, free throw line, pump fake. Double teamed, out to Pritchard, left wing 3, short over Hart, and a sky-high rebound for Anunoby.
Excellent board.
Over the top of Cornette. He lost the ball at the top of the key. Pritchard ahead with it, crosses over Brunson, steps back beyond the arc left wing, now finds White, his 5th 3, finally missed. So that's his limit. Both game 4 and game 5, he went 4 for 4, but that was it, at least to start. Brunson right wing, handoff from Hart. Kick out to Towns, wide open, straight on 3. He's got all night, and he nails it. Just his second three-pointer of the series, but it's a big one for the Knicks. He makes it a 2-point game, 4 minutes left in the first.
A strong contingent of Knicks fans cheering up in the rafters as well.
Derrick White, straight on. Screen from Cornette, double team, gets it inside to Cornette. Kick out to Brown, wide open near corner 3, takes her dribble, launches the shot, and nails it. Mitchell Robinson set to check in at the next whistle and see if Tom Thibodeau wants to expedite that process. He does not. Brunson on the drive, passes to a cutting Hart. He got clotheslined by Cornette, so 2 free throws to come.
Oh, God.
And he's got blood. Wow. Jaylen Brown, by the way, he wanted a push-off foul on Jalen Brunson. He thought he got hit below the belt. Remember, Kristaps Porzingis had blood gushing from his forehead against Orlando. Josh Hart in a similar spot right now. White towel up at the bridge of his nose. Anthony Goenaga and company getting him off the court. Wow, and he's got a towel over his left eye. I hope he didn't get hit up there.
Oh, man.
The 5-point Knick deficit, 3:30 left in the first. Jaylen Brown went down in a heap at midcourt.
Off of a Jalen Brunson elbow, which...
Oh, wow, the left elbow of Cornette inadvertently clocked Josh Hart around the left eye. He's got blood gushing still. He doesn't seem like he's in a ridiculous amount of pain. I'm surprised, though. I think just outside of his left eye there is a horizontal cut. So play has come to a stop.
Ruling on the floor, defensive foul on Boston. That play has been reviewed to see if it's potentially flagrant.
They didn't mention anything about the Brunson contact with Jaylen Brown. There was a little punch from Benedict Mathurin in game 4 of the Indiana-Cleveland series where he, I don't know if it was below the belt or right above, but he threw a jab at DeAndre Hunter, and Mathurin wound up getting ejected for that, so a good thing they're not taking a look at this Brunson play.
That one in particular, though, in that series had a little bit of history. Mathurin was involved in the play that caused Hunter to miss a game.
Mathurin and the Pacers watching this game right now, perhaps listening here on the MSG Radio Network and ESPN New York as they wait to see who they'll be playing. No matter what, they will be going on the road for games 1 and game 2. The winner of this series will get home court in the Eastern Conference Finals. By the way, 4 team fouls on Boston, none on the Knicks, as Mitchell Robinson was set to check in at the next whistle, so there may be an opportunity, if Joe Mazzulla considers it, to hack a Mitch with 3:30 left in this first quarter. But big picture, Monica, as they review to see if it was a hostile act on Cornette, which I don't believe it was. Anything the Knicks can do differently, aside from cooling off Derrick White, who's got 14 of Boston's 21 points?
I think they just got to settle down a little bit. They seem a little amped up, and rightfully so, as Josh Hart has to do a jersey change. Probably got some of that stuff on his eye that's supposed to help close those things up. I just think they got to settle down a little bit and get back to playing team basketball. Like, so far in this one, they only have 3 assists. Let me make sure I'm looking at my right column. Yeah, they only got 3 assists. The Celtics have 5, but they've come down and knocked down threes in a way that the Knicks have not been able to. I loved the call out by Tibbs earlier today that he likes the way that this team is sharing the basketball. And I think that's hugely important to this series, to closing it out, to this game.
It was a hot shooting start on Monday for the Celtics. They were just over 60% from downtown in that first quarter. But the rest of the game, they were in the very low 30s.
After review, the foul by Cornette is a regular basketball play. Therefore, it's not flagrant. The contact is deemed incidental. Hart will go to the line for 2 shots, and we will play from there.
The 2 free throws coming up for Josh Hart. And because he's able to wipe off the blood and take these foul shots, he has earned the honor of being our owner of free throws tonight. Brought to you by Chumba Casino, where any moment can be your moment with 3 daily login bonuses, serious prizes, and hundreds of online social casino-style games. Turn your free time into a good time with Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Terms and conditions apply. Knicks down 5, but a chance to cut into it with Hart at the line. And they will bring in Mitchell Robinson for Karl-Anthony Towns. And at the moment, Deuce McBride is lingering by the scorer's table. We'll see if he comes in for Jalen Brunson. Didn't really get a good look at whatever was ailing Jaylen Brown.
Well,
if anything, an inadvertent offhand push from Brunson.
I don't know if I'd call it inadvertent, but he crumbled to the floor as if he had gotten hit below the belt, and that was not the hit. It wasn't his side. It was an elbow. But you can make the argument that it was a basketball play.
Well, we're going to see 2 unfamiliar faces on the floor, Monica. Torrey Craig, who was picked up around the trade deadline when the Bulls waived him, and Sam Hauser seemed to get their first extended minutes of the series. Hauser played 4 minutes here in game 1, missed 2 threes, and then sprained his ankle on a foul that actually led to 3 OG Anunoby free throws. He was the one in Anunoby's landing space, but unfortunately for Hauser, he got the worst of it. 2 foul shots for Hart. Celtics ball from left to right. They lead by 3. Approaching the final 3 minutes of the first quarter. Brown in the lane. Right-hand layup. No. Tip slam by Cornette. Robinson came over on help defense, but Bridges says that was his fault, letting Cornette get loose.
With those guys coming into the rotation so early, you can see that Joe Mazzulla wants to keep as many fresh bodies out there as he can, and is hoping that his depth will wear on the New York Knicks, as I believe we've already gotten to the Hack and Mitch strategy.
That's right, Monica. And you hear some boos from Knicks fans here at MSG. And now everybody's cheering. Knicks fans to encourage Big Mitch at the free throw line, and Celtics fans to try to throw him off. Robinson is 7 of 23 in the series from the free throw line. The first one is up and good. Oh, you want to know how many Knicks fans are here? Listen to that. Listen to that. Biggest cheer of the night from the orange and blue.
I regret that I do not know the official handle that took creative license on some of the free throws made by Mitch last time out and added a Mike Bring Bang to it.
Got another one. That account added a double Mike Bring Bang.
Double bang, correct.
And he's never done a triple bang before, but that might have been the moment as Robinson makes it a 3-point game. 3:02 to go in the opening frame. Jaylen Brown, left wing, defended by Bridges. Craig and Hauser setting up along the near side perimeter, but it comes to Pritchard at the high side point. Crosses over Bridges. Couldn't get around him, though. Good defense from Bridges. Step back right wing 3 for Pritchard. Almost airballed it, but the rebound came right back to him off the front rim, and he misses a right baseline jumper. And the Knicks will bring it the other way. McBride into the game with Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, and Robinson. No Hackimich this time. Brunson, floater, missed it off glass. Rebound tipped in the air by Robinson. Craig got a piece of it, and he's able to save it. Peyton Pritchard now gliding ahead. Spins away from Bridges' near side arc. Crosses over to his left hand. Long pass to Hauser, far side. Hands to Brown, who's picked up by McBride. Drive to the circle, and a blocking foul called on Deuce McBride, which is the first defensive foul called against New York. That's
a
tough one on Deuce.
Yeah, that was exceptionally light. I thought that should just be a completely play on.
Well, 2:14 to go in this first quarter. That brings us to immediate timeout, with the Knicks trailing the Celtics 23-20. But they've come back from 20 points down in game 1, 20 points down in game 2, and 14 most recently on Monday to take a 3-1 series lead. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
BetMGM, an official partner of the New York Knicks, has a special offer for you. Fans can get in on the second chance promotion every Friday. Make any first field goal bet, and if your player scores the second field goal, you'll get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer paid back in withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay in the game with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. The easy and secure way to grab your orders on your schedule. Whether you're hustling between work, home, or your game day spot, choose Amazon Locker or Counter for secure and convenient pickup. At checkout, simply select the pickup location that works best for you. Amazon Pickup is a slam dunk. It's the worry-free option, all at no extra cost. Find your nearest pickup location at amazon.com/pickup MVP. That's amazon.com/pickup MVP.
23-20, the Celtics lead the Knicks with 2:14 to go in the first. Yes, Boston has the lead, but it hasn't been a typical dominant start for the Celtics. They've only led by 5 at the most. Knicks have had a 3-point lead at their best. But these are the moments, Monica, we've seen so often. Boston go on a crazy run, often led by Jayson Tatum, who sparked a 12-0 close of the first quarter on Monday, which turned a 1-point Knick lead into an 11-point deficit. So obviously some big minutes coming here with 2:14 still to go in the first.
Yeah, and I think, again, the Knicks, the free throws of the start of this one tell a very different story. The Knicks are 6 of 6 from the free throw line, and Boston has not shot any yet.
Remember the Game 4 breakdown. The Celtics had 15 free throw attempts before the Knicks had their first, which came just before halftime. So that's turned in the Knicks' favor tonight. Boston with 14 points from Derrick White on 4 of 5 shooting from downtown. Have a 3-point lead for the time being. Total Ortho Express has 4 Long Island locations and provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons instead of waiting in an emergency room or general urgent care. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. You've got Brunson and McBride in the backcourt, Bridges and Anunoby on the wings, and Mitchell Robinson defending Luke Cornett in the big man battle. Inbound comes to Jaylen Brown after a Deuce McBride foul. Left wing marked by Brunson over to Hauser, taking his first 3 in a while. He missed it off the left side rim, and Bridges wins the rebound battle from Pritchard. Knicks can tie with a 3 here. Final 2 minutes opening quarter. Brunson left wing, defended by Brown. Finds Anunoby left corner, dribbles away from Porzingis, now turns the corner in the lane, backs him down, kicks it out, right corner, Bridges baseline drive, pulls up for 2, floater missed, tipped by Robinson, second effort is good. It's a 1-point game, and he taps himself on the chest.
His second effort. In my head, I was like, that's the third effort. That was just great athleticism by Robinson.
Pritchard for 3 off the left wing. That screen out high, the Knicks dropped off, and Pritchard made him pay. They've been so much better at not letting that happen in the series. 4-point Boston lead, under 90 seconds to go before the second quarter begins. Left corner, McBride doesn't hesitate. Hits a 3 from the near side. I said hits when it was in midair. You just feel that good about Deuce these days.
You did. That was bold of you, partner.
It was a mistake. 26-25. Celtics with the lead. Porzingis launches from the left wing. That short rebound swatted by Robinson, but gathered by Brown, left elbow. Near corner, Hauser. He'll take a 3. It's good in front of his bench near side. It's a 4-point lead again. 7 for 14 from 3, the Celtics, but only a 4-point lead. Knicks are only 3 of 8. Brunson out high, defended by Hauser, dribbles, spins toward the left wing, now defended by Porzingis off a Bridges pick. Double team comes on Brunson. To the foul line, Bridges. He'll pull up for 2. Front rim, no. Offensive rebound, Robinson. He gets tackled by Cornett, and that'll send the best free throw shooter in the game so far tonight to the free throw line. He is 2 for 2.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
One thing to call out, though, that I'm curious about the strategy is the fouls that will accrue on various players.
Ooh, great point.
Because of the absence of Tatum. Now, if you're fine with Luke Cornett fouling out and Al Horford and Porzingis being your 4 and 5 for the duration of this ball game, cool. But statistically through this series, The Celtics have been terrific in first halves. It's the second halves, though, where they've been outscored by 41 points on average.
You may have heard from the crowd.
Excuse me.
You may have heard from the crowd reaction. Robinson got a front rim roll on the free throw, so he's 3 for 3. Knicks down 3. 38 seconds left in the first. Here's the second free throw for the big fella. He hits again. What got into Mitchell Robinson? He is 4 for 4 from the stripe. Entered the night 7 for 25 in the series. Inbound stolen by Anunoby. Rose to the rim for a jam, but he's blocked out of bounds by Porzingis. Knicks ball, 34 seconds left in the quarter, and they're down by 2.
It's McBride that's dogging Peyton Pritchard on the inbounds that created that. And Anunoby skied toward the rim. He was getting ready to go for blood at the rim, if not for Kristaps Porzingis.
Would have been a highlight for sure. Inbound to OG on the right side. Angle screen on the left from Robinson. Pick and roll. Step back. Right wing 3 over Hauser. He got it. OG Anunoby couldn't get the jam, but he'll get a 3-pointer instead. And the Knicks lead by 1. When he scores 20 points, the Knicks are 5-0 in the playoffs. That's his first bucket after missing his first 5 shots. 12 to shoot, 17 to play. Another strong first quarter for the Celtics, but so far not enough to keep up with the Knicks. Porzingis catches in the paint and fouled by Robinson. I think they got that call right. Knicks hated it.
No, they didn't.
Well, Porzingis, he jumped in the air to try to dunk it, but then he spun backwards, so his back was actually pointing to the hoop. And Robinson sealed him off, but Porzingis, who was just 3 of 6 from the free throw line in Game 4, will get right back there. Averaging just 5 points a game in the series, 20% from 3.
Got some blood on the jersey.
And Mitchell Robinson's left shoulder is bleeding, not nearly as profusely as Josh Hart's face, but he'll still need to be cleaned up with 9.2 to go in this first quarter. Bodega Cat Whiskey, a deliciously smooth rye whiskey founded by Mark Norman and Sam Morrill. Get 10% off your first order with promo code New York at bodegacatwhiskey.com or grab a bottle at Greenpoint Wine and Liquor. So much of this series for the Knicks has been surviving the hot shooting moments for the Celtics. And so far they have. Derrick White was 4 for 4 to begin the game. And as a team, Boston is 7 of 14 from beyond the three-point line. The Knicks have a lead right now, 30 to 29.
Would this be a first if they finish the first quarter with the lead in this series?
Yes, they've trailed by an average of 10 points entering the second quarter across the first 4 games. You put me on the spot again, and this time I didn't let you down. I'm proud.
I knew it was down to 10. The last time I had checked it, it was an 11. So, yeah, I'm glad we had that conversation.
Porzingis will take the first of 2 free throws at the basket, 2 all right. And it rims out. How about this for a story? Mitchell Robinson has been a better free throw shooter than Kristaps Porzingis.
It's like game 4, when Josh Hart was a better... No, game 2. I'm sorry. All my games running together. Game 2, when Josh Hart was a better three-point shooter than Derrick White.
He was outscoring Jayson Tatum across the first 3 games of the series, Josh Hart. Second foul shot is good. That was Boston's first trip to the free throw line. We're tied at 30. Final possession, first quarter. Brunson with 3, far corner. Inside to Bridges. Hits a layup with 1 second left. Snuck around Horford and gives the Knicks a 2-point lead.
Perfectly executed by the Knicks, and that's what I mean by one of my keys, which indeed was sharing the sugar.
Pritchard missed a 60-footer at the horn. Of course, at the end of last year, he hit essentially a finals-clinching half-court shot to beat the Mavericks in Game 5. A much different vibe here a little under a year later at TD Garden. With a 3-1 series lead in round 2, the Knicks, for the first time, have a first quarter lead on Boston, 32-30, as we head to the second. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
If you think with your stomach, it's time to listen to your ears. Smashburger is calling you, sizzling for you, smashing 100% Angus beef patties all for you. The burgers are hot, the milkshakes are cold, the fries are crisp, and the next order up should and could be calling your name. But only if you listen to me, and your stomach, and your heart. Find the nearest Smashburger at smashburger.com.
Spring has finally arrived, and if you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Sloman's is here to change the game with our Spring Fling sale. We're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2025 refrigerant-compliant R454B systems, expertly installed by our certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And we're including a comprehensive service plan for the first 5 years, with annual system checks to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing Nassau, Suffolk, and Queens County. Call Sloman's at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by our local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. The Knicks have a 32-30 lead over the Celtics as we begin the second quarter. Boston led by as many as 5. The Knicks have had at most a 3-point lead, but after Derrick White hit 4 3-pointers and accumulated 14 of Boston's first 18 points, I think a nice close to that first quarter to put the Knicks in the driver's seat beginning the second.
Yeah, and there's lots of things that the Knicks are doing that you hope to see be sustainable. For example, they've got 12 points in the paint. That is a significant portion of the scoring so far tonight. They've also done a good job of finding their way in the assist categories. 10 made field goals, 5 assists on those field goals, and they're perfect from the free throw line. As they settled into the quarter, I like the way that the basketball moved and various guys got involved. You've got 7 scorers in tonight's contest already for the Knicks, with Mikal Bridges leading the way with 7 points, and so that's a great sign in terms of playing off of one another.
Double big lineup out there for the Knicks to start the second quarter. That's Towns and Robinson at the 4 and 5. They've got McBride and Payne in the backcourt. Bridges at the 3. He's got the ball near side angle. Now they post up Towns on Horford. They were making a lot of buckets this way in the first 2 games, and it will lead Towns to the free throw line as his righty jump hook leads to a Horford foul. And he'll get foul shot. It's just so encouraging to see how dynamic Towns can be inside the arc in this series.
Yeah, it's spectacular. And, you know, there was some storylines about how much he's admired Al Horford and watching him play for the Dominican national team and growing up and all of that stuff, and just wondering if it was in his head a little bit, and that is proven not to be the case over this series.
At the basket to our left, he lines up the first free throw, and he'll connect. So Towns is 3 for 3 from the stripe, which would be the best stat at the line for the Knicks tonight, if not for Mitchell Robinson's 4 of 4 effort. By the way, with the double big lineup, Robinson and Towns have combined for a plus 18 rating in 38 minutes against Boston in this last week and a half.
It's been quite effective.
I was asking Alan Hahn, who you can catch on the postgame show, MSG Networks, why Peyton Pritchard only played 20 minutes on Monday. He said when you have so much size out there for the Knicks, Joe Mazzulla doesn't want to throw Pritchard out there. But right now, the 6th man of the year is on the court. He's got the ball off a Robinson tip, top of the key, whistle and a foul away from the ball as Porzingis went stumbling into the paint. And they will get the Knicks, I believe, is that Karl-Anthony Towns?
Correct.
That is one path to victory for the Celtics if they get Towns in foul trouble. That is his second.
To that point, though, tonight, Joe Mazzulla is without option, really, without Jayson Tatum, and so Pritchard is forced into backup duty.
He'll take a 3 off the inbound. Too strong from the left wing. Towns the rebound. Knicks ball up by 3. They go from right to left in white tonight. Celtics are in black and green. Payne, right elbow, keeps dribbling to the far side, mid-post, now retreats to the top of the key with Bridges. Screen and a pop from Towns. Bridges keeps it. Left wing, now they want to post up Towns on Porzingis. Face up, long left corner 2. Nailed it! Karl-Anthony Towns has been making his long 2-point jump shots in the series. It's a 13-4 run.
He's just demonstrated tremendous versatility in this series, and it's been great to see.
Horford lumbers into the far side mid-post, backing down Bridges. Righty jump hook is good, and the fans like that one. They love Big Al here in Boston. He makes it a 3-point game.
Yeah, and that's just where Mikal Bridges, his length does not account for his lack of weight.
McBride slips inside, missed a mid-range jump shot, but a foul called on Derrick White. To over-compliment Deuce McBride, he pulled off the Michael Jordan over Craig Elo buzzer beater. He hung in the air at the foul line. Defender flew by, and then he missed the shot, and they called, I think, a phantom foul on Derrick White. But free throws for Deuce McBride.
Do you think it was a phantom foul?
First one is good. It's 36-32. Knicks lead the Celtics. 10:39 to go before halftime. Hauser out, Holiday in. He picked up 2 early fouls. Only played 4 minutes so far. There was no contact in the upper body department. Maybe foot contact, but I did not get a good look at that.
I think the contact actually was before he elevated into the jump shot. And he gets continuation here. Now, another thing I'm curious to see, I don't know Joe Mazzulla's rotation patterns as well as I know Tom Thibodeau's typically, but I'm wondering if he's trying to keep guys fresh for the second half.
White off the dribble, right wing three, short over Towns. That was a forced shot. Knicks will take it. Robinson the rebound. McBride made both free throws, by the way, so a game-high 5-point lead for the Knicks. Bridges drives right elbow jumper, right block rather, is too strong over Horford. Holiday the rebound. Motors ahead from left to right. Right wing drive, steps in the lane, kick out to Horford, right wing. Extra pass intercepted by Bridges, but he walked out of bounds. That would have been a wide open far corner three for Pritchard, so nice play for Mikal Bridges.
He's doing a great job of using his wingspan, keeping his hands up, active and in passing lanes, and they're compensating for places where he might not physically be in terms of his feet.
Celtics ball down 5, 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter, 9 to shoot. Porzingis pick and pop with White. White will launch his three, too strong from the top of the arc, long rebound. Bridges snatched it away from Horford, great play. Across midcourt, Pritchard on his hip, gets it to Towns far corner, three-pointer blocked by Derrick White, and they're going to call Towns for his third foul as White boxed him out. Towns is fighting for the loose ball, and he'll have to leave the game with 9:49 to go in the second quarter. The Knicks lead by 5, but remember this moment. Towns may have to sit for the rest of the half as Josh Hart comes back in with his left eye all patched up.
Towns has not been great from three in the series. Coming into tonight, he had only hit 1 3.
He has 1 of 10.
So far, he's gotten 1 tonight to make him 2 of 13. But he's got to lock in a little bit more as far as that three-point shooting is concerned. I don't even know that I think that was a good shot that early in the shot clock with Derrick White, who's a terrific defender right there.
Yeah, if you get blocked by a guard, it's probably not a good shot for a 7-footer. Porzingis out high, trying to back down Robinson, left elbow, gets it up top to White, pick and slip, entry pass blocked by Robinson, he stole it. Frustration building here at TD Garden for the fans in green and white. Campaign, a small guard matchup, left sideline against Peyton Pritchard. Left corner, McBride catches, drives past Horford, lost his balance, kick out far corner. McBride back up top now off a feed from Bridges. 4 to shoot, got Holiday on him. Off the dribble three, nails it from the left wing. Wow, Deuce McBride, that's his toughest shot of the series, and he forces a Joe Mazzulla timeout. Big moment there. Towns goes out with his third foul, but McBride able to extend the lead anyway, burying a left arc three. It's 40-32 New York.
Deuce McBride has had a bit of an up-and-down postseason except for this series and in this building. He's playing with tremendous confidence. He's also helping to give Jalen Brunson some much-needed rest as it looks like this game will continue to be played in the second half and decided in the fourth quarter. McBride with 8 points.
That's tied for the team high with Karl-Anthony Towns. As the Knicks lead by 8, 9:08 to go in the second quarter, and Joe Mazzulla has taken another timeout. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Grand Marnier is an award-winning blend of fine cognac and orange liqueur. It's made for those who live to step outside the box, who like to put a twist on the traditional, and believe in a world that's not just good, but grand. Visit grandmarnier.com to learn how to take cocktails from ordinary to extraordinary and live grand. Grand Marnier liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2022, Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style. Always drink responsibly.
To win the NBA Finals, everything needs to line up perfectly. No different than finding the person you want to marry. When the time comes to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. They'll make shopping for a ring easy. Let them help you pick or design the perfect ring to fit any budget from their 2 by London collection. London Jewelers is committed to getting it just right. So visit London Jewelers today at any of their 6 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the mall at Short Hills. Mention I told you to stop by. You'll get the Michael K. treatment.
Because growing a business keeps you on the go, we've got your bank. Because a steady cash flow is the lifeblood of your bottom line, we've got your bank. Because your workday simply doesn't stop at 5 o'clock, we've got your bank. Dime Community Bank gives you the digital tools you need to simplify your business banking, even deposit checks, anytime from anywhere. And we back our technology with a team that's always there, wherever business takes you. Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Knicks 40, Celtics 32, with 9:08 to go before halftime. Get your local Verizon store today to trade in any phone in any condition, guaranteed. And get a great deal on a new 5G phone with Unlimited Ultimate. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Monica, what do you like? What do you dislike? Knicks up by 8 off a Deuce McBride three-pointer. He's got a team-high 8 points.
I like Mitchell Robinson, 6 rebounds, and been able to stay on the floor and knock down the free throws for the Hack-a-Mitch strategy. I mean, that's a big win. I want to use the word ballyhoo, but I don't know if that is appropriate. I'm going to look that up in the break. Anyway.
Perhaps the Knicks have been ballyhooed by the free throw shooting of Mitchell Robinson.
I was going to call it a big ballyhoo. Is that how you use it?
I don't know the word that well.
Okay,
so.
We're going to look it up. Anyway, we love Mitchell Robinson. We love Deuce McBride with 8 points off the bench as well. The Knicks have 14 points off the bench. But all kidding aside, I think to get the balanced scoring by this team and to be able to get guys off the floor and not feel pressure to put a Jalen Brunson back out here because his team is playing so well is a good thing.
3 minutes into the second quarter, Holiday catches in the lane, draws a foul on Payne and missed the leaner, but free throws coming for Jrue Holiday. You can tell he's trying to be more aggressive today on both ends. It led to 2 early fouls. But you look at the last 3 games, Holiday's averaged just 5 shots a night. And you heard, I think it was the Hoop Collective podcast, saying things like, Holiday, he probably isn't thrilled to be sitting in the corner taking threes with this loaded offense, but he's more than willing to do it for a championship, which they did last year. And now, a lot more responsibility falling on his shoulders without Jayson Tatum as he makes the first free throw.
Well, that offensively is a good call-out when it comes to Jrue Holiday, but the headline on him is how versatile he is as a defender.
Second free throw rimmed out.
It has been difficult for that to necessarily bear the fruit you would think of because of the big fourth quarters for Jalen Brunson. But through 3 quarters, he, as a complement of guys that guard both Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, had done their job.
Bridges inside to Hart. Left elbow floater is good. Friendly roll up the front rim for Josh Hart. He's got 6 points. Knicks by 9, their largest lead. Hop step in the lane for White. Right-hand layup somehow popped out, but another foul call on Campaign.
Yeah, Campaign picks up 2 quick ones.
Can't believe that layup didn't drop for White. That was point blank. Look at his first trip to the free throw line. The Knicks are 11 of 12 from the stripe. Celtics are 2 of 4. At the basket to our right, Derrick White in the mostly black uniform. Against the Knicks, who are in white and orange tonight. The Knicks are now in the penalty going forward as White gets the first foul shot. 8-point game. Certainly a different vibe here than what we saw in Game 1. Game 2 is completely different as well because
each game has had its own story for sure.
And when the 20-point lead started draining down in Game 2, this place got immediately nervous. I had a few relatives in the crowd. In fact, I said everybody around them was saying, it's too close. It's too close. We need to extend the lead, even when it was double digits. But they were right. Free throws good for White. 7-point game. 8:18 to go in the second quarter here in Game 5. Right-hand layup for Bridges won't go around Horford. It's Holiday with speed from left to right. Pritchard, right corner. Crosses over McBride, left wing now Horford, back to Pritchard at the angle. Pick and pop with Horford. Robinson switched on to Horford. McBride is on Big Al now. It's Robinson defending Pritchard. Drives to the near elbow, crosses over, steps back. Entry pass to Horford, tipped by McBride. Saved by Horford, throws it behind his back off of McBride out of bounds.
2 tremendous efforts by guards in the paint first down the possession, and you didn't have to call this out because it was sort of happening in the background, but Cameron Payne fighting to stay in front of Jrue Holiday, but then McBride getting in front of Al Horford, showing those football chops in terms of deflecting that ball.
2 seconds to shoot. Inbound to Horford. Foul line jumper. Line drive short. Hart fumbled the rebound, but then got it back between his legs. 7:45 left in the opening half. Hart wants to go coast to coast. Slips in the lane. Lost his balance. Missed the layup. On the other side, Brown right down the lane, and a finger roll drops in around Bridges. It's a 5-point game. 7.5 to go. And the last 2 Knicks possessions, missed layups. McBride, step back left wing 3. That one won't drop. This is some Celtics-type offense we're seeing from the Knicks. A lot of one-and-dones. Horford near corner. He'll take the 3. Got it.
The Celtics are not going to go away. I do not expect the Knicks to win this game comfortably if they are to ultimately end the series here tonight. They've got to get more organized.
Over and back on the Knicks. Bridges was trapped across midcourt. Couldn't get it to Josh Hart before it got over the timeline. 7-0 Celtics run after a 13-4 Knicks burst.
I'm a little bit surprised I don't see Jalen Brunson just yet. And there he is at the end of the bench heading toward the scorer's table.
This really is a role reversal. The Knicks were in position for maybe a knockout punch leading by 9. You saw Bridges and Hart drive a contested lane for a tough layup, and they both missed. Then you have McBride, a contested step-back left wing 3 that was off target.
The thing that's frustrating about the McBride 3 is Josh Hart was posting up Peyton Pritchard.
Whistle and a foul away from the ball. Is that going to be campaign again? Either way, it's going to be free throws for the Celtics and a chance to tie. It will be Peyton Pritchard, Jrue Holiday at the free throw line, rather. And the Knicks, maybe they're done messing around. They're going to have Brunson and Anunoby back into the game as Campaign picks up his 3rd foul in 5 minutes. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Things are tipping back in Boston's favor. We'll see if the Knicks can get a little more organized on offense as Brunson and Anunoby come in for Payne and Bridges. Holiday missed the first free throw, so he's 1 of 3 from the line tonight. Frustrating start to the night for him with 2 fouls. Gets the second to go, so it's a 1-point Knick lead, 42-41, with just under 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Game 5 in Boston. The Knicks have not lost on the road all postseason. Brunson at midcourt, drives to the foul line, double teamed by Horford, and Brown hesitates, leans in, lefty layup is good, off glass, back to a 3-point lead.
Great stabilizer for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson executes in the half courts, gets a high percentage shot right in the gut of the paint.
Brown, a walk-up 3 straight on, buries it over Anunoby. He wanted a foul. The game is tied at 44. Brown has not been a good 3-point shooter in the series, but he gets the crowd roaring here. Brunson drives to the right elbow, back in down Pritchard, double team from Horford. Now he drops off, so Brunson attacks to the foul line. Kick out left wing, McBride gets it back to Brunson near corner. 6 to shoot in front of his bench. Jab step left, takes the 3. Missed it short, rebound tipped by a Hart, whistle, and out of bounds off of the Knicks. It was 6:05 left in the second quarter. We're tied at 44. Celtics have not led since the final minute of the first quarter.
The Knicks have all discussed wanting to play a complete 48-minute game. While this is the first time they had a lead at the end of the first quarter and probably have been tied this late into the second quarter, they're getting away from their best basketball in the last few possessions, especially prior to Jalen Brunson returning.
Brown hits a foul line jumper over Brunson, and the Celtics have a 2-point lead. 46-44, halfway through this second quarter. Knicks need an answer. They've had one all series long. McBride, right wing. Finds Anunoby left point at the elbow. Steps back. Thought about a 2, but gets it to McBride up top instead. 5 to shoot. McBride at the right elbow. Steps back, kicks out. Brunson far corner. Takes a contested 3, and he knocks it down. Brunson from the far corner makes it a 1-point Knick lead.
A lot of activity, but it caused the Celtics to have to be accountable defensively, and then they found an open corner shooter.
Jaylen Brown knifes inside. Pump fake just inside the foul line. Tough turnaround. That's off the heel. They'll give him that shot all night. Robinson the rebound. Brunson was clapping for it, but he gets it to McBride instead.
I
now
heard
Hart.
Brunson clamping. I'm not sure how Robinson missed that.
Well, he's got his mind on certain things. His truck, his family, his free throws. Brunson, left side, mid-range, pulls up from the baseline. Too strong on the jumper. Offensive rebound, Robinson. Kick out Anunoby. Wide open three, no from the right wing. Robinson got hit by Brown on the rebound. They'll play on. Left wing, Holiday. Brunson went down underneath the hoop. Horford will catch and slam. 48-47. Boston with 4.5 to go in the second quarter.
So Al Horford on his way to that layup trucked Jalen Brunson, like just flat out trucked him. I cannot believe there was not a whistle there.
Brunson speeds inside, hops up in the lane. Right hand layup, uncontested. He blew through the double team and puts the Knicks in front by 1. Brunson's not messing around tonight.
That was an upset play.
11 points for Brunson to lead the Knicks. White's got 16 in the game high. Pritchard, left wing, pump fake, sidestep, launches the three. He connects. Back and forth we go. It's 51-49 Boston. Final 4 minutes of the first half. Peyton Pritchard was just 1 of 5 before that miss from 3.
Mitchell Robinson is tired.
Wouldn't you be?
I get it, yeah.
Brunson to Robinson, high pick and roll. Right wing, pump fake from Brunson, up top to Robinson. Got it back on the right wing. Pick and roll again, left elbow Brunson. Took a hit, kicked it out. Left corner three from Hart. Good in front of the Knicks bench at the end of the shot clock. Line drive, three-pointer. Josh Hart puts the Knicks up by 1. Brown spins, poked away by Anunoby, far side of the paint. And then Horford tried to hand off to White, but White wasn't looking. Out of bounds, far sideline. Knicks will take over, up by 1, 3:23 left before halftime.
I appreciate the steadiness of the Knicks, particularly since Jalen Brunson has come back on the floor. They've gotten cleaner looks. They've hit big-time shots. They're shooting the three terrific in this one. They need to hold the line for the next 3:20.
Let's go Knicks. Faintly roaring through the crowd. Brunson, left angle to the baseline now. Drives on Pritchard, half spin, post up, out to Hart. He's feeling it. Left wing three. Got another one. Josh Hart from downtown again. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Does it feel like 4?
Feels like 1.5.
Okay.
2:58 left in the second quarter. It's 55-51 Knicks. Jaylen Brown up top. Anunoby with him. Screen from Horford. Now a screen from White. Double team. Pick and pop. White left wing triple. Ties the game. Or put it to the 1-point game rather. 55-54. Knicks still up 1. 2:39 left in the first half.
This is going to be a slugfest for sure. I don't know. The Knicks are really going to have to go on a run and create some speed. And they've got to lock in defensively in terms of giving up these wide open looks for threes. Otherwise, this game is going to be this tight all the way through.
Brunson attacks the left side of the lane. Euro step in the paint. Jumps to pass. Finds McBride up top. Hands to Anunoby. Pump fakes the right wing three. Into the paint. Runs over Holiday. Whistle and a foul called on Holiday. Anunoby, an awkward spill. Good to see him quickly get back to his feet.
An incredibly awkward spill.
Yeah, Holiday slid over at the very last second. I think they got that call right.
If this gets reviewed, it's going to stand. Holiday got his foot under Anunoby. It's tripping. It's a foul. Whatever you want to call it. There's nothing to see there.
That would be 3 on Holiday. Right now it is. We do have immediate timeout. We'll see if the Celtics want to challenge. 2:16 left in the second quarter. We've got some great shot making again here in Game 5. It is Knicks 55, Celtics 54. You're listening to New York Knicks playoff basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
BetMGM, an official partner of the New York Knicks, has a special offer for you. Fans can get in on the second chance promotion every Friday. Make any first field goal bet, and if your player scores the second field goal, you'll get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer paid back in withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. You can count on your friends at Ridgewood Savings Bank to show you the community banking difference with cutting-edge conveniences and a century-long tradition of award-winning service. Ridgewood is the financial partner you can count on today, tomorrow, and all the years to come. Whether you prefer to bank at your local neighborhood branch, from home, or on the go, they're always here to help you reach your goals. Let your friends at Ridgewood be the full-service banking partner you can count on to support you in your financial journey. Visit ridgewoodbank.com to find out more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ever stop and think about how connected our city truly is? Bridges, rails, towers, all connected by steel, paint, and plain old hard work. We're the New York Structural Steel and Painters Contractors Association. Since 1974, we've worked alongside our skilled partners at Local Union 806 to keep New York's infrastructure safe,
sturdy, and visually appealing. From iconic landmarks like the Brooklyn Bridge and the World's Fair Tent of Tomorrow to hidden gems in every borough, our crews protect New York's history with pride and precision. Every day, commuters on the Throgs Neck Bridge, subway riders, and drivers crossing countless overpasses depend on our expertise. We're quietly there, daily, making your journeys safer and smoother. We know it's more than paint. It's about protecting, preserving history, and respecting our city. At the New York Structural Steel and Painters Contractors Association, we don't merely construct buildings. We foster enduring relationships. Visit nysspca.net and see how we keep New York connected.
55-54, the Knicks lead the Celtics with 2:16 to go in the second quarter. Boston 11 of 22 from downtown, but it's kind of been the theme of the series. Even if they're shooting hot, the Knicks are at least hanging around, and if and when the cold spell does pop up for Boston, and of course they've got no Tatum to keep them hot tonight, that's when the Knicks have been able to take over. Right now, they're 8 of 17 from three in New York. That's 47%, which would be by far their best three-point shooting night of the series. They are led by 12 points from Josh Hart, who's made 2 of his 3 triples. Jalen Brunson went on a mini heater with his first action of the second quarter when he saw a 9-point lead evaporate. He's trying to get the Knicks right back in front. We'll have OG Anunoby at the free throw line, left side basket. Knicks by 1, approaching the final 2 minutes of the second quarter.
In this second quarter, though, the Celtics have done a better job of closing the gap in terms of paint scoring as well.
Anunoby's first foul shot rattles in and out and then drops back in again. Nice kind roll for Anunoby. Very minor thing, but game 3, shots like that just were not going in for the Knicks, and they continue to fall for Boston. Anunoby gets both, no rim needed that time. 3-point Knick lead, Anunoby's got 5. He's 1 of 7 from the field. Coming off a 20-point effort on Monday, and they needed every bit of it. Holiday on the near side arc. On the other side, it's Brown, catch and shoot 3. Got another one from the left wing. Wow, Jaylen Brown is 3 of 3 from downtown. Entered this game 7 of 31 in the series from 3. The Browns got 15. Derrick White, the game-high 19. Tied at 57. Brunson, right wing, steps back on Pritchard between the leg dribble. Inside-out move. Right elbow now backing him down. Pritchard hanging with him. Brunson using that body in the lane. Took a hit, threw it up and in. And one for Jalen Brunson. Flexes his muscles at Horford. And he'll get a chance at a 3-point play. 10 points in the second quarter for Jaylen Brown. Jalen Brunson percolating as well. It's 59-57 New York with 96 seconds to go in the half. Brunson's got 9 in the quarter on his own.
While Brunson is absolutely a guard and a terrific All-NBA caliber guard, his footwork is that of a big man. He basically big body Brunson, post up Pritchard, splits a defender, does not get the free throw to fall though, which would have made the icing on the cake, but so often we see him go to work and it's his footwork. He's got good feet.
If you heard the boos in Boston, it was because of the MVP chant starting up from the orange and blue faithful here at TD Garden. Jaylen Brown feeling it, crosses over Robinson, takes him up top, drives to the near elbow, pulls up for 2 and drills another jumper. Jaylen Brown 7 of 10 from the field.
Mikal Bridges and Mitchell Robinson have to communicate better on that. That was just a screen step by Derrick White and got Jaylen Brown open. Mitchell Robinson should have been right there to meet the switch. Mikal Bridges.
Tied at 59, final minute, second quarter. Anunoby step back right elbow jumper, front rim no. Offensive rebound Robinson, back to Anunoby. Free throw line jumper again, misses short. Anunoby's 1 of 9. 47 seconds left before a halftime. Brown spins in the lane, double team, kick out. White top of the key, extra pass, near wing 3, Pritchard, no. Rebound tipped short by Brown, wide open, put back wouldn't go. Brunson races across midcourt, whips the pass over Anunoby's head out of bounds near corner into the hands of Precious Achiuwa. Unfortunately, he's not on the court.
An unusual mistake by Jalen Brunson considering the 33 seconds remaining. Now the Knicks will still have an opportunity here to score the basketball.
I think that was a rushed play with the 2-for-1 in the back of his mind.
For sure.
Half a minute left in the second. Celtics are taking their time, so they won't go 2-for-1. White across midcourt, picked up by Bridges. Sam Hauser just checked into the game for Al Horford. Holiday also on the bench with 3 fouls. 59-59. Very entertaining first half. Very entertaining series, if you're a Knicks fan anyway. White off the dribble 3, too strong from the left wing. Rebound Anunoby, 10 seconds left, midcourt outlet to Brunson. White racing behind him, double team on Brunson, high side wing, dribbles back toward midcourt. Now one-on-one with White, spins, drives, 1 to go, gets the floater off, and can't connect. And a tip in from Robinson wouldn't have counted, and we go to the locker room tied at 59. Celtics and Knicks deadlocked after the first quarter and second quarter here in Boston.
Well, this is also a first in this series. Both teams shooting at least 47% from the three-point line. The Knicks 47.1, the Celtics at 48%. The Knicks with 15 free throws compared to 8 in this one, but the rebounds was one of my keys to this one, and that is deadlocked at 21. I think the most encouraging thing from the Knicks so far is how well they're shooting the basketball from 3, the free throws, and the balanced scoring that they've got with 7 guys in the scoring column.
Celtics certainly putting up a championship fight with their backs against the wall, but the Knicks have been with them every step of the way. It's 59-59. The Knicks had their largest lead in Boston all series with a 9-point advantage, but were deadlocked at halftime. Pat O'Keefe has your halftime coverage on the other side of the break. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Because growing a business keeps you on the go, we've got your bank. Because a steady cash flow is the lifeblood of your bottom line, we've got your bank. Because your workday simply doesn't stop at 5 o'clock, we've got your bank. Dime Community Bank gives you the digital tools you need to simplify your business banking, even deposit checks, anytime from anywhere. And we back our technology with a team that's always there, wherever business takes you. Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
New York City is the mecca of basketball.
And in a crowded city where you're working hard to stand out, we're doing the same thing with Bodega Cat Rye Whiskey.
Like our Knicks, this is a whiskey with something to prove. And it's smoother than a JB step back.
Whether it's the Knicks or Bodega Cat Whiskey, it's our year, baby.
If you're a liquor store, restaurant, bar, or club in the tri-state, ask your local R&DC rep how to stock up. Grab a bottle yourself at bodegacatwhiskey.com. And because we like you, use code New York for 10% off your first order.
Bodega Cat Whiskey, 90 proof. Drink responsibly, folks.
This is the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
Game 5 in Boston, a potential closeout opportunity for the Knicks. And once again, they're in a dogfight with the defending champs. It's 59-59 at the half as we welcome you into the New York Knicks halftime report brought to you by Spectrum. Very tight from the get-go. The Knicks, their biggest lead has been 9. Boston led by 5 early on. Right now, we are all even at 59. Jalen Brunson with 13 points and Josh Hart 12 to lead the way for the Knicks, while Derrick White has 19 points and Jaylen Brown got hot in the second quarter. He's got 17 points to lead the way for the Celtics, who are trying to keep their season alive. As we welcome in Wally Szczerbiak, who is on pregame and postgame coverage on MSG Network throughout the playoffs, including tonight with Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, and Monica McNutt. Wally, caught the end of the pregame show where your key tonight for the Knicks was to expect the Celtics best because they are the defending NBA champions and they're the desperate team. So how do you think the Knicks matched the Celtics' energy to start this game?
I thought they were much better. It was a much better first quarter. They've been getting smoked in those first quarters, but they came out ready to play in this one, and that's what you have to do on the road in a closeout game. This Celtics team is not going to go away. They made 12 threes again. One thing I noticed is without Jayson Tatum, there's not as much one-on-one. It's a lot more offense being run, multiple pick and rolls. Derrick White, obviously, still a problem, knocking down threes. But I'm surprised at how the Celtics are generating pretty good shots without their superstar player in the lineup. This is a good team. The Knicks are going to have to play good basketball if they want to get the win. And I think in the first half, the Knicks overall played well. I thought they moved the ball well, they shot the ball well, and they were right in position to get this win on the road.
For the Knicks, Wally, what would you like to see tightened up or cleaned up here in the second half?
Well, OG Anunoby has gotten really good looks, and that's fine. He's 1 for 9 at the half. Just continue to take good shots, generate good shots for everyone out there on the floor. That's what I think this offense has done for the Knicks, especially in the second half of the last game in Game 4. The ball was moving. When the Knicks got stops, they were exploiting different advantages that they felt like they had on the offensive end of the floor. I think the Knicks are generating good looks. I think they got some surprise threes from Josh Hart, and 12 points by Josh Hart. Also, obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns needs to keep himself on the floor. I mean, he committed some really dumb fouls, and the Knicks need him out there on the floor. Mitchell Robinson stepped up big time, and I think when the Knicks are whole and healthy with Mitch in the lineup too, they're tough to beat, and we're seeing that, and we'll see if they can pull it off in the second.
The Celtics tied at 59.
Holiday's got 3, Horford's got 4, and Cornet has 2, so you mentioned what their big man rotation would look like. Kristaps Porzingis started the game, but he has not come back onto the court yet in the third. Peyton Pritchard will be the first man off the bench in this second half as Josh Hart got the first free throw, and Horford's coming out. Well, this is quite an environment here. Celtic fans trying to will their team to a Game 5 win to keep their season and perhaps their dominant era alive. And double technicals on Jaylen Brown and Josh Hart. And since then, both of those players have lit up the scoreboard. Hart's got 2 threes and now 2 free throws. He's got 8 points in 2 minutes since the halftime break.
Energized by a little technical, shall we?
Josh Hart, 20 points in 20 minutes tonight. We should get double technicals more often. 1-point game, Celtics with the lead from right to left. Derrick White defended by Anunoby, spins him into the lane, floater, no, but a foul call. As Anunoby apparently had a hand on him. That's the first foul on OG.
As OG Anunoby was sliding to his left, his balance looked a little bit off. He got his feet together and was kind of up on his toes. So I think when White went into that spin move, it was a balance thing, getting that hand back on White.
The Celtics are shooting so well tonight, even without Jayson Tatum. They're 50% from 3, 13 of 26, and they're at 52% from the field. As White makes the free throw, it's a 2-point Celtic lead, 9:42 to go in the third.
It's actually Derrick White tonight that leads all scorers so far, and he's been really efficient. 7 of 11 from the field, 6 of 10 from the three-point line. The numbers say that he actually gets more shot attempts at home but shoots a lower percentage. Tonight, that is not the case.
Second free throw is off the back rim. Celtics 8 of 13 from the free throw line. That's really helped the Knicks stay in this game. New York is 15 of 17. 2-point Boston lead. Nick ball from left to right. Brunson drives far side baseline, hesitates, dribbles underneath the hoop, and circles all the way out to the near side arc. He's got the big man Cornet on him. Double team from White. Now over to the far wing for Hart. Takes a dribble, turns the corner, drives baseline on Holiday. 2 to shoot. Has to take a tough fadeaway. Very short. And of course a tough shot for Hart as the shot clock was about to sound. Holiday tried to cross over Bridges, poked away, ball came loose. Holiday dove on the deck for it, passes to a cutting White, missed a right-hand layup, but a late whistle and a foul. Offensive foul on White. The offhand elbowed Brunson up high, and they will call him for the offensive personal. That is number 2 on White. Knicks will take over down 2. It happens on a lot of different plays. You don't see it called against anybody except Karl-Anthony Towns, really. And Joe Mazzulla is going to challenge this call. He's screaming at the officials. With 9:07 to go, they will take a look.
And Josh Hart is sort of upset because he's like inbound. He's like inbound the basketball, and I'm not sure what the Knicks were doing. I couldn't see if the Knicks actually had the ball in their hand, but he's right. Inbound the basketball, and you don't allow that sort of time to linger. I'm not sure why this should be reviewed. This is contact to the head and neck. Jalen Brunson had every right to this position. He's in sound defensive guarding position.
We will take a break while they take a look. It is Celtics 69, Knicks 67 with 9:07 to go in the third quarter of Game 5. Knicks a chance to close out the series and knock off the defending champs. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSC Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Hey Knicks fans, now at Verizon, they're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's their best price ever on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, they got you. Visit your local Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Ready to level up your game time? Check out Chumba Casino. Nonstop fun and totally free to join. Enjoy online social casino games with new games added regularly. Play for your chance to win serious prizes and claim your daily login bonus. Whether you're at home or on the move, jump in and start playing today at ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, Delaware, Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Jalen Brunson. I'll be driving in my games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me the all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing too. Just mention that I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory, great deals, and all new and used vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Jalen sent you.
Well, bad news for the Knicks. A successful challenge by Joe Mazzulla. It is not an offensive foul on Derrick White. It's a defensive foul on Jalen Brunson. They said it was a normal basketball play. White raising his hands to shoot a layup. He got Brunson in the face, but Brunson was in his space when White went up, so they called a third foul on Brunson. And Derrick White, who's got 9 points already 3 minutes into the third, will get 2 free throws. The Celtics lead the Knicks 69-67. In Game 5, as the Knicks will look to win this series after taking the first 2 here in Boston, dropping a 22-point decision in Game 3 at home, then storming back for a 70-point second half in Monday's Game 4 to take a commanding 3-1 series lead.
So the fouls are important to point out here. The Knicks are 1 away from the bonus.
Penalty,
excuse me. Putting the Celtics in the penalty, so that we're clear on that one.
They're putting the Celtics on the bonus.
Putting the Celtics in the bonus and being in the penalty. Yes, thank you for the technical phrases of basically giving the other team free throws every time they foul.
You said just so we're clear.
I got it. And I appreciate the clarification in that language.
Front rim free throw from Derrick White. 8 for 14, the Celtics team at the line. They're usually an 80% free throw shooting team.
Yeah, and they are shooting lights out from deep, so there's nothing wrong with their wrists and their depth perception.
Derrick White, game high 23, make it 24. He gets 1 of 2. 70-67, Celtics lead the Knicks. Largest lead for New York was 9. Biggest advantage for Boston was 5. Starting 5 on the floor for the Knicks. Horford and Porzingis out for Boston. Then we got Pritchard and Cornette out there with White, Brown, and Holiday. Brunson stripped at the foul line by Pritchard. Ball flung out of bounds right baseline. It'll stay with the Knicks with 8 on the shot clock.
Earlier in the ballgame, we brought up the 2 losses that the Celtics suffered without Jayson Tatum. Both were at Orlando.
Hart off the inbound drives and gets clocked from behind by Cornette on a layup. Good inbound play. He was wide open, and 2 more free throws for Hart. You're right. Yes, Orlando. One of those games when I think the Celtics scored about 70 points. That wasn't just Jayson Tatum out of that game. They didn't play anybody. But you're right to bring up the Magic. They kind of set the tone for how to handle this Boston team in the playoffs. They only won 1 of those first-round games, but their physicality and three-point defense definitely stood out. As Hart misses the first free throw, he's got all 8 Knick points so far in the third.
He has been so good tonight. When he skies for that layup and hits the ground so hard, you almost hold your breath. He is one of the Knicks' most durable players for sure. You just want it to remain that way.
Hart gets the second, so he's 5 of 6 from the line. He's got a team-high 21. It's Derrick White with a game-high 24. 2-point Celtic lead. They've got the ball from right to left. Knicks have come back from 20 twice and 14 once in this series already. Brown up top on Towns, and Towns fouled him. 4 personals on Towns. He moved his feet well enough, but that's your typical hip check personal foul call on a ball handler.
I actually think Jaylen Brown throws himself out of this contact.
And he gets free throws from it. Smart play.
Are you kidding me? That is the flop if I ever saw one. But it's all good. You can do what you got to do to get the whistle.
Knicks haven't used a challenge yet.
Now that one would be difficult to overturn, to be fair.
8 points for Towns in 14 minutes. As Brown's first free throw drops in. 71-68. 8:40 left in the third. Now the Celtics have committed 3 team fouls, so they would only need to foul twice to get Mitchell Robinson to the free throw line if he were to come in. But he's 4 for 4 from the stripe tonight. Brown gets a soft roll on the second free throw, so it's a 4-point Boston lead. 8:37 to go in the third quarter. See if they can get Brunson going here. Brown has the assignment. He'll get it to Bridges. Hand back to Brunson. High side wing. 2 steps beyond the 3-point line. Jab step right, dribble left, top of the key. Steps back to the top of the arc. Finds Hart wide open left wing. Pump fake and a drive to the free throw line on Cornette. Inside to Towns. Layup blocked from behind by Cornette. It goes out of bounds right baseline with 2 on the shot clock. The Celtics defense has come to play here in the second half.
Karl-Anthony Towns I guess he doesn't see Luke Cornette, who does come over with the help, and so I'll give him that. But I'd really like to see him be a little more forceful that close to the basket.
Cornette's got 3 fouls. Towns with 4. He does get called for a lot of offensive fouls. Takes a 2 at the end of the shot clock. Missed it short. Baseline over Holiday. Holiday from right to left on the other end. Thought about a left wing 3. Finds White. He'll take one from straight on and drills it. Tom Thibodeau will call his first time out of the night. Largest lead for Boston, 75-68, with 8:06 to go in the third.
It is hard to manufacture the same level of urgency of a team that is facing the end of their season. And there's lots of basketball left to be played. And the Knicks have been terrific in the fourth quarters of this series. But they're going to have to dig deep to avoid allowing the Celtics to shoot so blistering hot from the three-point line. 51.9%, and Derrick White in particular, 7 of 11.
Josh Hart has all 9 Knick points since halftime. He needs some help. It is 75-68, Celtics over the Knicks. 8:06 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com, saving lives drip by drip.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
New York City is the mecca of basketball.
And in a crowded city where you're working hard to stand out, we're doing the same thing with Bodega Cat Rye Whiskey.
Like our Knicks, this is a whiskey with something to prove. And it's smoother than a JB step back.
Whether it's the Knicks or Bodega Cat Whiskey, it's our year, baby.
If you're a liquor store, restaurant, bar, or club in the tri-state, ask your local R&DC rep how to stock up. Grab a bottle yourself at bodegacatwhiskey.com, and because we like you, use code New York for 10% off your first order.
Bodega Cat Whiskey, 90 proof. Drink responsibly, folks.
Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the New York Knicks. Superior light beer. Celtics have a 75-68 lead, their largest, because of a 16-9 start to this third quarter. Josh Hart with all 9 Knick points, including 2 3-pointers and 3 free throws in this third. And he is just 3 points away from matching a playoff career high. But of course, the Knicks have a lot more of a diverse offense that can help out Josh Hart. Just haven't seen it much since halftime.
Yeah, one of the things exactly that we talked about a lot as a positive at the end of the first half was how much variance they had gotten in terms of the scoring column.
Josh Hart just went over to Jaylen Brown. They both patted each other on the back. So good sportsmanship in the spirit of competition. They had double technicals very early in the second half. Outgoing owner Wick Grossbecker is throwing his hands in the air of the investment he will no longer have, the Boston Celtics. Knicks ball from left to right. They're in white tonight. Celtics in black and green. Brunson, left wing, defended by Brown. He's given him some trouble tonight. Brunson 6 of 13 from the field. Now up top. Brown stays with him. Step back. Left point three. Short. Long rebound. Pritchard. Knicks starting five still on the floor. It's Pritchard, Holiday, White, Cornette, and Brown for Boston. Long right wing three for White. He got fouled by Hart. First foul on Hart, but that's a big one. 3 free throws coming for Derrick White. And it was around this time in Game 4 that Boston had a 14-point lead. And Knicks stormed back. They need to find out how to do it again here tonight.
Well, one is they've got to get better shots. That shot that Jalen Brunson took felt very personal and unnecessary. Jaylen Brown is a terrific defender. And yes, Jalen Brunson has hit big shots on both Brown and Derrick White, but in that moment, you can get a better look than a tough contested three-point shot.
First of 3 is good for Derrick White. Let Ridgewood Savings Bank show you the community banking difference with cutting-edge conveniences and award-winning service. Bank at your local branch from home or on the go. Visit ridgewoodbank.com to find out more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Second for White is perfect. So he's got 29 with a free throw to come. It's a 9-1 Celtic run. So Brown and White have combined for 50 of the 77 Celtic points. Their next highest leading scorer is 7 from Al Horford. White gets all 3, and the Celtics have the first double-digit lead of the game for either side. Nothing new for New York. Well, you hope maybe it will be different here tonight in Game 5 when they led by 9 in the second quarter. Brunson finds Hart up top. Pump fake to straight on 3. Now drives the right side of the lane. 2 pump fakes on Cornette. Shot was blocked and he threw it out of bounds, and it came back to him. He was trying to find Bridges, but he was going the other way. Celtics ball.
Knicks got to settle down. Got to settle down. I like the attack by Josh Hart, but he's got a little mid-range jumper too. You don't have to go straight into Cornette and then play the pump fake game.
Jaylen Brown, left wing, drives inside on Towns, backs off with 4 fouls, kicks out to Pritchard, and he rips the net on a left corner 3. 13-point Celtic lead. It was tied at halftime, but Boston has outscored New York 22-9 since then. 7 minutes left in the third. They want to post up Towns on Brown, near side, mid-post they will. Towns, 2 dribbles, steps back, holds the ball high, inside to Hart. Near block, kick out Brunson at the left baseline, posting up Holiday, spins, pump fakes, out to Hart. 3 at the end of the shot clock, short with 2. Rebound Towns, blocked from behind by Cornette. Holiday on the move from right to left. At the near angle, watched by Bridges. Knicks are rattled right now. Holiday, left side, out to Brown, wide open left wing 3, but passed it up to Pritchard. He'll hoist from deep, wide left from straight on, and a one-arm rebound for Towns. Celtics finally miss. Can the Knicks capitalize? Bridges hounded by Holiday out high. Up top for Towns, defended by White. Gets it to Brunson, who's marked by Pritchard inside the far side arc. One dribble, kick out Towns. Pump fake and a drive on Holiday, but he lost the ball, got it back. Repost with Brunson far side. At the wing, he'll drive. Got it back off a poke from Pritchard. Backing him down left elbow, step back 2. Finally rattles one in. It's the first non-Josh Hart bucket of the half. And we're halfway through this third quarter. It's now an 11-point game.
The Knicks offense is entirely too stagnant.
Brown near side wing, marked by Anunoby. Crossover, drive, reach in, foul. And we'll see if they give Brown the upward motion. Actually, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Knicks are in the penalty. 81-70, Boston with the lead. 5:47 left in the third.
So the other important part of this run is the latter part of the third quarter. We see sometimes Tibbs go to the bench to get some of the starters rest, but it looks like that's going to be relying on the first part of the fourth quarter in this one.
They got a lot of Knicks with hands on their knees, including Brunson right now. Meanwhile, they're getting gifts at the free throw line from the Celtics. Brown missed very short. Boston is 14 of 21 from the line. If they would make their free throws, they'd be up by 18 right now.
So the other thing, though, Derrick White just went to the bench. And so Joe Mazzulla certainly understands the importance of the fourth quarter. I mentioned earlier that through the series, the Knicks are outscoring the Celtics by 31 points in the fourth quarter.
They'll need another double-digit comeback tonight in Game 5. 5:47 to go in the third. It was a 13-point lead a moment ago. Brown misses both, so it's still 11. Jaylen Brown's been doing everything but hitting free throws. He was 4 of 4 before those two misses. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and he's made all 3 of his 3-pointers. Can Brunson get hot? Finally made one on the last possession. Near elbow. One dribble, kick out. Bridges near corner, 3. Front rim, no. Kornet the rebound. Outlet to Pritchard. Keeps his head up as he dribbles from right to left. Up top, Brown, marked by Bridges. Pick and roll with Kornet. Bridges on his hip, whips a pass out to Hauser, right wing. Now top of the arc for Pritchard. Defended by Anunoby. Dishes left for Hauser. Catch and shoot 3. Nailed it. Sam Hauser. That is his first 3-pointer of the series. And he forces a Tom Thibodeau timeout. 84-70 Celtics. It was 5:10 to go in the third.
Well, there's one way to look at it. Familiar territory for the New York Knicks. But the other way to look at it is the concentration of the Celtics tonight has been something that the Knicks have not been able to match coming out of the halftime.
5:10 to go in the third. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard quickly. It's brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. That's New York City's premier charter bus company, Best Trails and Travel. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com. We've got Golden State and Minnesota. They're in Minneapolis tonight, 9:30 tip Eastern time. Golden State looking to keep their season alive, down 3-1. And then Denver, who lost a nail-biter yesterday in Oklahoma City, is down 3-2. They will host OKC in Game 6. That's tomorrow at 8:30. That's the only game on the schedule. If necessary, the Knicks will host the Celtics on Friday night, 8 o'clock tip in NYC. Of course, they hope it's not necessary. Clinching opportunity here tonight in Game 5, although to show you how tough closeout games really are, this is the 8th time in the last 3 years the Knicks have had the opportunity to finish off a series. They are 3-4 in those games. They were 1-1 against Detroit in the first round. They lost Game 6 and 7, banged up against Indiana last year, so 0-2 there. 1-1 against Philly in the first round last season. And they got it done as quickly as possible against Cleveland, though, 2 years ago. They won that series in 5. Knicks ball from left to right. They are down by 14. Final 5 minutes, third quarter. Anunoby left elbow. Finds Brunson, top of the key, drives on White in the lane, took a hit, no call, blocked by Kornet. It comes to Hauser on the move. Top of the arc, Anunoby reached in. They'll find White, rhythm 3, right wing, back rim. Pritchard the rebound, back to White, takes a contested right wing 3, and that's an air ball all the way out of bounds, left baseline. And a couple more makes here. This one's going to start teetering away from the Knicks, but 2 fortunate misses by Derrick White.
And I'm sure the Celtics contingent is probably somewhere very frustrated that they're even in this position in this series based on the score without Jayson Tatum. But the Knicks really in this third quarter have regressed to lesser than their best basketball for sure.
Anunoby up top, hands to Bridges near wing, takes a dribble, near baseline, pull up 2-pointer. That's good. And it's what you need from Mikal Bridges. 9 points for him. It's back to a 12-point game.
You also need someone to take the defensive assignment of slowing Derrick White personally.
Pick and slip. Hauser finds Holiday, wide open layup. Back to a 14-point game. We have not seen Kristaps Porzingis in the second half yet. Anunoby near arc, drives on Hauser, spins in the lane, layup, banked off, got his own miss, pump fakes to get Kornet off his feet, near corner, 3 from Bridges. Not this time. Luke Kornet gets the rebound. He has 5 blocks in 15 minutes. Derrick White tried to cross over Brunson, but he sealed off at the right elbow. Finds Pritchard up top, catch and shoots 3 off the heel. Anunoby gets the rebound with a hip check on Kornet, who winds up on the deck, 5-on-4 the other way. Anunoby catches in stride down the lane, hands to Towns. He got fouled hard and missed the dunk. Would have been an easy 3-point play, but Kornet slapped him, and Towns will settle for 2 free throws. Knicks down 14 with 3:34 to go in the third quarter.
The Knicks are breathing pretty heavy. Got to get some box breathing to help them quickly recover. The next 3:34 is going to be important, and obviously there's a fourth quarter element to this.
They have not subbed out any of the starting 5 in this third quarter, which is the same thing they did in Monday's Game 4 win. They were down 9 at halftime in that game. Well, the score was tied at 59 here tonight as Towns splashes home the free throw. It's 86-73. Celtics by 13. 3:34 left before the fourth quarter. At the start of the fourth quarter, on Monday. Tom Thibodeau went with Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson because of foul trouble for Karl-Anthony Towns and Josh Hart, and also because they needed a rest. That led to an 18-10 run, and the Knicks would take the lead for good.
Now, McBride has had a good game here so far as well, if that pattern would hold.
Towns got both foul shots. 12-point game as Mitchell Robinson heads to the scorer's table. Playoff career high 5 blocks for Luke Kornet has changed this game defensively. Right wing, Brown dribbles between his legs several times, now knifes into the paint, pump fake over Brunson, draws a foul. That's 4 on Brunson. And mid-range pull-up missed off the back rim, with 2 foul shots coming. And Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson about to check in.
That action is happening away from us, so from our vantage point, I could not see the contact as Jaylen Brown's back was to us. Oh man, that is a white playoff call based on the way that this game is going, courtesy of our friends at TNT Sports that just gave a replay. But there is contact by the letter of the law. Brunson with that off left hand on Brown, although he had that right hand up and straight up, not to break the plane of verticality.
Brown gets a roll off the front rim. 13-point game. McBride and Robinson will come into the game. Looks like Towns and Bridges are coming out. The free throws have swung way in Boston's direction. It was a dominant Knicks statistic early in the game. Usually, not by design or anything, but usually the team facing elimination will get a few more free throws than the opposition, whether it's desperation attacking the rim or other things. The Knicks have taken 21 foul shots now, the Celtics with 23. And at the basket to our left, Brown bends his knees, takes the second foul shot off the right side rim. He's missed 3 of his last 4 foul shots. Rebound to Hart. Knicks from left to right. Brunson feeds the far corner, but an intentional foul on Mitchell Robinson before Anunoby could miss a far corner 3. That will send Mitch to the free throw line, and even though he made 4 of them in the first half and didn't miss any, it's a much different feel this time around. The Knicks really need him. They're down by 13 with 3:12 to go in the third. And they have had hardly any easy baskets since halftime. They're being outscored 28-15. Free throw is up and good again. Soft touch, even with a line drive shot off the front rim. He's 5 for 5.
He's got a little more lift on these free throws than what he did at the Garden. It's a little bit of a knee bend, a little up on his toes. And that follow through has a touch more arc. Still a line drive per your description, but a touch more arc.
Wow, he swishes home the next one, puts both hands over his face as if to feign disbelief that he actually made 2 free throws. He's 6 for 6. He's made it an 11-point game. Maybe some momentum for New York here. Pass inside, tipped by Robinson off the backboard, and it comes to Brunson. Races ahead from left to right.
He's hustling back into that play after he takes a bad shot, and I get it. The hustle back is appropriate, but you're entirely too valuable to pick up your 5th there.
And the Knicks now down 12 as White hits the free throw. Now Brunson's coming out for a long time. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. He's got 5 fouls. 15 points on 7 of 17 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3. Only been able to play 28 minutes. And you can bet once he comes back into the game, they're going to set screens to make him guard the ball handler, maybe pick up that 6th foul. White gets both. 13-point lead for Boston. 2:44 to go in the third, and that wipes out the momentum from the Robinson free throws. They're not fouling him here because he can't miss right now. Hart, top of the arc, couldn't hand off to Bridges, so will dribble to the left elbow. Post up Anunoby, far side on White. 2 dribbles, rises to the rim, and block number 6 for Luke Kornet, and he saves it from the far sideline. Brown left arc. Spins to the near side, mid-range on Hart, pump fake, up top Hauser, swing to the right wing for White. Drives in the lane, finds Kornet. Far side baseline, nowhere to go, gives to Hauser, back inside to Kornet. Nobody picked him up, so he jams it home. 15-point Celtics lead, their largest, and Luke Kornet is changing this game. A long inbound to Hart, it's off his leg. He tried to save it, but couldn't. Out of bounds near sideline. Celtic ball, 2:03 to go in the third. No Brunson, 91-76, Celtics lead it.
You are absolutely right that Luke Kornet is changing this ball game.
And you know what's happening is they've got him guarding Josh Hart, and even though Hart is 4 of 6 from downtown, he is helping way off him.
Well, it actually has switched now that Mitchell Robinson's in the game, but he has no reason to go out to the perimeter when Mitchell Robinson leaves for the sake of spacing. They got to get Mitchell Robinson in the pick and roll action to at least draw him in.
Jaylen Brown, left side perimeter. Screen on the right from Cornet. Robinson switches on to Brown. Between the legs, dribble at the left point. 4 to shoot. Step back, long three-pointer, very short. Pritchard pushed off Hart to get the offensive rebound. Dribbles to the top of the key. Hart stays with him. 95 seconds to go in the third. Celtics by 15. Knicks led by 9 in the second quarter. That's long gone. Brown drives down the lane. Blocked at the rim by Anunoby. Ball out of bounds left baseline. 1 to shoot for Boston. That was a dunk attempt by Brown, but Anunoby snuffed it out.
An excellent help defense play by OG Anunoby, because if Jaylen Brown had gotten to the rim the way he intended to, this place, the roof would have probably blown off.
Now Brown landed on his back, and he's only now just up to his feet. As Jrue Holiday comes in for Derrick White. So it's Pritchard, Hauser, Holiday, Brown, and Cornet. Cornet had no stats in 8 minutes in Game 4. He's taken over in Game 5. Former Knick. Inbound to Pritchard. Catch and shoot right wing 3. He was off balance with 1 second on the shot clock, and he airballed it. Knicks will take over, and they would love a strong minute 25 to get to the fourth quarter, back within striking distance.
You want to get this thing back to 10 if you can. But Josh Hart running your de facto 1, I'm not so sure what's going to come of this. And Mitchell Robinson on the perimeter.
Bridges, near side block out to Anunoby, attacks the rim, hangs in the air, hits a floater, whistle blows, offensive foul. Josh Tiven came in from the far sideline.
What?
And Anunoby apparently kicked in midair to get the defenders off him, and the Celtics will take over. A minute 10 to go in the third.
Josh Hart's going to have to get that bandage tended to. I think it's a combination of sweat and a little bit of blood just dripping down his face.
Well, that's interesting.
That call is something.
Well, Brown was in the restricted area. Pritchard right elbow, McBride on his hip, scoop layup, blocked off the backboard by Robinson. Final minute, third quarter. Hart has it from left to right. Good transition defense by Jrue Holiday. They set up at midcourt with Deuce McBride. Pritchard defends him. At the TD Garden logo, near side wing, now dribbles to the top of the arc. Inside out dribble, attacks the left side of the lane, pull up, tough two strong from the elbow, rebound punched away from Anunoby, and Holiday has it. 35 seconds left, third quarter. Hauser up top, wide open, top of the key, 3, wide right, rebound Robinson. Knicks can't go 2 for 1. Midcourt outlet to Bridges was poked away from behind by Brown. Out of bounds to the Knicks. With 21 to shoot, 27 to play. 91-76 Boston.
The pace of this one in the half court has really changed in the absence of Tatum, and it has to do so out of necessity. I'm not saying that it's good or it's better, but it is different.
Celtics are 44% from 3, 16 of 36. Knicks not terrible, 10 of 23, just haven't taken as many. Certainly not here in a tough third quarter. Bridges had the ball stripped out of bounds by Holiday, near side corner. Only 4 on the shot clock. Bridges telling Robinson to come over and give him a screen. So just 4 to shoot, 9.5 to play. Anunoby inbounding near sideline in front of the Celtic bench. Comes to McBride, left wing. Hart calling for it up top. Will have to take a sidestep left wing 3. Very short. Offensive rebound. Anunoby kicked it out to Bridges, far corner. Turnaround at the horn for 3. Air ball. And we go to the fourth quarter with the Celtics in control. It was tied at halftime, but Boston won the third quarter 32-17. And they lead it 91-76 after 3 quarters.
It's almost as if the Celtics have employed a little bit of reverse psychology. Now, I'm not saying that they intentionally wanted to be down or tie the ball game, but the story of this series so far has been the second half play, and that's an area where the Knicks have had a significant advantage. Tonight, that is not the case.
15-point Boston lead. Knicks have done it before. If they want to win the series tonight, they'll have to do it again. Fourth quarter is next. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS. You can count on your friends at Ridgewood Savings Bank to show you the community banking difference with cutting-edge conveniences and a century-long tradition of award-winning service. Ridgewood is the financial partner you can count on today, tomorrow, and all the years to come. Whether you prefer to bank at your local neighborhood branch, from home, or on the go, they're always here to help you reach your goals. Let your friends at Ridgewood be the full-service banking partner you can count on to support you in your financial journey. Visit ridgewoodbank.com to find out more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Knicks down 15 here in Game 5. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Not the third quarter the Knicks were hoping for. They shot 4 of 20, and the Celtics racked up 20 free throws. They didn't make all of them. They're 17 of 26, but they have turned this game on its head. Knicks led by 9 in the second quarter. They're now down by 15 as the Celtics are back off the ropes once again. Even though New York has a 3-1 series lead, simply the belief that they can win without Tatum could galvanize the Celtics and really put the series in jeopardy.
There is no way that anyone that has watched this team, both of these teams all season long, felt like this thing was signed, sealed, and delivered coming into tonight's contest. And in fact, in sports, it is common for a team to rally around their guy that is no longer playing.
Aggressive move from Tom Thibodeau gets Towns out there with 4 fouls, Brunson out there with 5 as Hauser misses the top of the key 3. So Brunson and McBride in the backcourt, Bridges at the 3 in the double big lineup, Towns and Robinson. Hasn't been an OG now, he's missed 10 of his 11 shots.
Cornette is on the bench, important to note.
And Bridges misses a foul line jumper over White, rebound Horford. Bridges lit up the fourth quarter on Monday, 10 of his 23 points in the final frame. Pritchard in the paint, kick out to Horford, right wing triple, got it.
That should be a 2, his feet were on the line.
It's a 3 for now and an 18-point Boston lead. Towns out high, hands back to Brunson, marked by Holiday, 7-0 Celtic run. They've outscored the Knicks by 18 since halftime. Bridges forced to pass to Robinson, he dropped it, Pritchard on the move, right wing 3, Holiday too strong. Horford the putback gets a roll. And they've hit the high water mark. 20-point Celtic lead. Brunson sprints ahead right into White, draws a foul and missed a layup. Derrick White, only his second personal, but maybe a chance for the Knicks to rally the troops. 2 free throws for Brunson, playing with 5 fouls. They're down by 20, 10:44 to go in the fourth. Celtics do have 1 challenge remaining.
I don't think they're going to use it here. It doesn't seem necessary or prudent, honestly. Look, the Knicks just have no rhythm in the second half. I don't know if they felt like they were good to go because it was a tie ball game at halftime. Like, they have just let go of the rope completely.
As you may have heard, Brunson misses the free throw. He's 0 for 2 from the line. 2 things have gone the Knicks' way that normally don't. Josh Hart has made 4 3-pointers. He started 4 of 5, but he missed his last 2. And Mitchell Robinson has made all 6 of his free throws. But it's still not enough. Brunson gets the second. It's a 19-point game. A lot of time left, especially if you've paid even a little bit of attention to this series.
Yeah, but this Knicks defense is going to have to wake up sometime in the near future.
They're giving up 96 points. They leave wide open Jrue Holiday, and he hits a right wing 3. That's that pick and roll miscommunication again. 22-point Celtic lead.
A demonstration of a defense that is snoozing.
Brunson posting up Pritchard near elbow. Gets to his left hand. Keeps his dribble. One-on-one looking for a pass. He'll get it to McBride. Left wing with 8 to shoot. Defended by the tough Derrick White. Step back far corner 2. Off the heel. Rebound tipped away from Robinson. Pritchard has it.
There has not been an easy look for the Knicks yet in this second half, it feels like.
Hauser left corner. Stripped by Robinson out of bounds near sideline. And that's slipping away here. 10:01 to go in the fourth. They're down by 22.
This is a little bit surreal, if I'm honest. I thought so much after Game 3, the conversation, the Knicks had understood the importance of staying locked in and remaining urgent. They have not in this third quarter.
They were locked in from the start of things, but whatever happened at halftime has not benefited them as Towns blocks a Jrue Holiday layup and tipped it out to McBride. Speeds ahead, dishes left wing for Bridges to the far corner. Brunson sidesteps around Horford, lost his balance, and they'll call a foul on Al. He pulled the chair out there. Didn't see a ton of contact. It will be the 5th foul on Horford. And on the replay, it didn't look like a whole lot of contact. Joe Mazzulla is halfway onto the court.
Looks like he's going to challenge.
Yeah, that seems like a decent idea. 9:42 to go in the fourth. Celtics 99, Knicks 77. Right now feeling like a regular season trip to TD Garden. It is all Boston with a 22-point lead. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
BetMGM, an official partner of the New York Knicks, has a special offer for you. Fans can get in on the second chance promotion every Friday. Make any first field goal bet, and if your player scores the second field goal, you'll get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer paid back in withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Not hungry right now? Think about a burger. Still not hungry? Think about a smash burger. Yeah, that's what we thought. Can you hear the sizzle of the griddle? Can you smell the Angus beef?
Late in the second quarter and has not come back. Just 12 minutes for him with 1 point at the free throw line. So maybe it's unlocked something for the Celtics. Cornette, 8 points, 6 blocks, 8 rebounds. He hasn't missed a shot yet. These next few minutes will be interesting to see how close can the Knicks get it, and then how will Tom Thibodeau respond. Game 3, he emptied the bench with about 3 minutes left. Only 1 day of rest before the if necessary Game 6 on Friday in New York. Jalen Brunson stays on the floor. He's played 30 minutes despite 5 fouls. Karl-Anthony Towns, 22 minutes with 4 fouls. He's been held to 10 points. And Knicks didn't have a chance to put the game away in the second quarter, but with that 9-point lead, felt like they could really deliver a blow to Boston, and the fans here are really getting antsy.
Some of the success of the last matchup for the Knicks, you mentioned Karl-Anthony Towns stuck on 10, but also as importantly in his production in this series, just 6 rebounds.
Bridges left wing off a handoff from Robinson, pick and roll, tries an alley-oop. Robinson comes down with it, back to Bridges near corner, low pass, so will drive instead, tries a baseline leaner, missed it again, offensive rebound Towns, putback is good, and it's back to a 20-point game. Towns averaging 4 offensive rebounds a night in the series. 99-79, Boston with the lead, 9:15 to go. White drives down the lane, met by Bridges, blocked at the cup. Loose ball to Towns, outlet to Brunson. It has to happen now. The Knick comeback. Drives the right side, scoop shot. Brunson draws a foul on Holiday. He hates the call. That's his 4th foul, and the Celtics are out of challenges. So Brunson will get 2 free throws. 9:07 to go in the 4th, and this is how it starts. If Brunson can make his free throws anyway, he's 1 of 3 from the line tonight.
Well, you mentioned it. The plus 18 for Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns. At least with both of them on the floor, somebody will be able to account for Luke Kornet a little bit better than when it was just one of them. And he can't just hang out in the paint as much.
Yeah, the Kornet-Horford lineups, and even the Porzingis-Horford lineups have been dominated by Towns and Robinson. And Kornet is more than holding his own here tonight. Brunson got the first free throw and nails the second. So 99-81. Knicks not done yet. It's an 18-point game, but Jaylen Brown's about to check in. Right now it's White, Holiday, Pritchard, Hauser, and Kornet. White finds Pritchard right wing. Good closeout from Brunson. Puts it on the deck. Step back right wing 3. It's good. And a big 3 for Pritchard. Makes it 102-81.
Brunson's got to be smart. Mind you, he's got those 5 fouls.
And even that 1-3 from Pritchard, that was the shot the Celtics were begging for in Game 1 and Game 2 in the 4th quarter. They just kept missing and allowing the Knicks to come back. Towns backing down Holiday in the paint. Righty jump hook, no. Rebound tipped by Robinson, but it comes to the near corner. Holiday stripped by Brunson. He rises to the rim and draws another foul on Derrick White. That's his 3rd, and 2 more free throws for Brunson. And it's starting to feel like a Detroit crowd here with the animosity toward Jalen Brunson in Boston. They're down by 21 with 8:25 to go in the 4th, but they're extending the game with a few more trips to the free throw line.
This is a little bit later than what we've seen this team begin the time. It's a little bit later than when, I should say, we've seen this team begin to mount these comebacks.
In Game 2, they were down by 20 with 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Right now, they're down by 20 with 8.5 to go in the 4th. So Brunson gets the first free throw. You're right. They got to get this done in a hurry.
From our vantage point, every now and again, you can make out what some of the Celtics are saying on the bench. And earlier, probably about in the 3rd quarter, after the exchange with Josh Hart, Jaylen Brown was saying to his team, let's finish this. Let's not let this happen again. Let's keep this series alive. Something to that effect. I was doing my best mouth reading attempt.
Brunson gets both. 102-83. Brunson's got 20, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Derrick White runs the point. No Tatum, no problem, at least so far in Game 5 for the Celtics. White battling hard on the right wing with McBride, who stays right with him. 8 to shoot, pass inside to a cutting Pritchard, hits a righty layup. Robinson came over a bit too late on help defense, and Brunson is frustrated. 21-point game, 8 minutes to go. Brunson out high, screen from Robinson. Couple of crossovers, Brunson will back up. Heads to the right wing, turns the corner. Near the lane, kick out to McBride, far wing. He'll take the 3. It was blocked by White. McBride wanted a foul. Ball wound up an air ball in the hands of Jrue Holiday. Dishes left, Brown pump fakes a left wing 3. Closed out by Robinson. He'll drive him baseline, hangs in the air, hands to Holiday, and he'll lay it in for a 23-point lead. The new high for Boston with 7:36 left in the 4th. Tom Thibodeau will call timeout.
It is unlikely for Tom Thibodeau to ever wave a white flag, but if this does not change in the near future, Game 6 is going to be on Friday, and the Knicks do not have the same depth as the Celtics, and the Celtics are not going away whether Jayson Tatum is available or not. tough decisions lie ahead.
Well, they've shown their depth tonight. 34 minutes from Pritchard, 21 from Coronet, 15 from Hauser, who has not been a factor in this series because of his ankle injury. He's got 6 points tonight. And the Knicks are in trouble here in Game 5. They've earned the opportunity to have a letdown game. In fact, they've earned the opportunity to have a couple. 3-1 series lead, but the Celtics are 7:36 away from making it a 3-2 series and forcing a game back in New York on Friday. 106-83, Celtics lead the Knicks with 7.5 to go in Game 5. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSC Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Or call 212-206-696-6974.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Celtics have a 23-point lead with 7:36 to go in the fourth. And frankly, this is the kind of game that a lot of experts thought we would see throughout the series. Boston with home court, place is rocking. They've made 46% of their threes. And seemingly, they're on their way to a win. The problem is, this kind of result hasn't popped up for the Celtics until they've dug themselves into a 3-1 hole. But impressive to score 106 points in 3.5 quarters without their leader in every stat, Jayson Tatum. Now a hip check at midcourt from Jaylen Brown sends Jalen Brunson down to the deck. And Brunson will get 2 more free throws. So 7.5 to go, and it's okay if you're wrong, Monica, but is there a scenario where you think, okay, it's not happening tonight, let's get some subs in, or
I'm there already.
You're already there,
personally.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's insane, especially with a heavy load, especially in that third quarter Monday, and again here today. Of course, the third quarter did not go in New York's favor by any stretch.
It is reminiscent of an issue that this team had last season where they just had these third quarters of doom.
In terms of staying fresh and trying to manage minutes, if they find a way out of the series, whichever team advances, they're going to have to run up and down the court for 48 minutes against Indiana. Brunson gets both foul shots, so it's a 21-point game with 7.5 to go. The Knicks have done some special things in this series coming from behind, but this would be on a completely different level.
I don't think that they were prepared for the wrinkles. Uh-oh.
Brunson got hit down low, and he reaches in. And did they just call him for a sixth foul? Yep. Well, Brunson's out of the game. He's crouching down in disappointment. And maybe that's white flag time. The clutch player of the year will not be available for a potential 21-point comeback with 7:19 to go in the game. And they hope Brunson didn't get hurt there, and he was just crouching over in frustration. And he's got 20,000 fans waving goodbye at him as he's still hanging around the scorer's table talking to Tony Brothers. Rick Brunson comes off the bench and says something to Tom Thibodeau, and they're going to challenge this.
Challenging? Yeah, I was about to say.
They're going to challenge whatever happened between Brunson and Brown. Brunson doubled over. Maybe he got hit below the belt. Not sure. Joe Mazzulla's confused.
A foul was called on Brunson on the play. The play has been challenged by New York.
Well, if you thought the Knicks might wave the white flag, as usual, you were wrong. Not you, Monica, but
I am
America.
Wrong. Well, I didn't think that they would.
Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
He's got it. I don't expect that this will get turned over because to me, Jalen Brunson has that left foot out. The vantage point.
After review, Brunson makes illegal contact with the offensive player. Therefore, it's a defensive foul on Brunson. The challenge is unsuccessful. New York loses their timeout and the ability to challenge the rest of the game.
And you wonder if that does the Knicks a favor.
I was thinking the same thing.
Brunson sees himself on the video board and waves to the fans, who are all waving at him as he's been subbed out of the game. That's a nice moment.
Is it?
No. 106-85. Celtics lead the Knicks by 21, and this game will have been decided in the third quarter. A 32-17 advantage for New York. And they're not going to quit yet. McBride, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns are on the floor. And the guy who started things in the fourth quarter has been Mikal Bridges, so we'll keep an eye on him. You have to imagine he and McBride are going to initiate a lot of the offense. So starting five out there, minus Brunson plus McBride. Celtic ball from right to left. They lead by 21, looking to keep their season alive. Brown holds the ball high left wing, now gets it back to the midcourt logo from Pritchard, who returns the feed. Left elbow, Brown, pull-up jumper over McBride, buries it. And matches the largest Celtic lead. They're up by 23. And Brown has answered the bell without Jayson Tatum. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Bridges, defended by Pritchard, looking to pass. Anunoby up top, poked away by Brown, got it back at midcourt. Now he'll drive to the left elbow, kick out Hart, far corner three, blocked by Cornette. 7 blocks for Luke Cornette. Ball winds up out of bounds. 5 on the shot clock, 6:43 to go in the fourth.
I got to give Luke Cornette his props, man. This has been a Luke Cornette affair.
I mean, it's time to start looking up the playoff record for blocks in the game. It's a 9 for the Celtics. Time Lord got it done. Rob Williams. 2 to shoot for McBride. Off the dribble, left wing 3. Air ball. Very contested by Derrick White. 23-point lead for Boston. 6:37 to go in the fourth. Knicks fans heading for the exits. And Boston fans, well, they've got their moment in the sun. This will be their first win against the Knicks in the playoffs. And who knows what this series would have looked like had they not coughed up 2 20-point leads. Reverse alley-oop jam for Luke Cornette.
What is happening?
He's Hakeem Olajuwon tonight. Unbelievable night for Luke Cornette. That's right, reverse dunk alley-oop. By the way, as Towns attacks the rim and banks home a right-hand layup halfway through the fourth quarter, it's a 23-point game. Jaylen Brown is 1 assist and 2 rebounds away from a triple-double.
He's had a terrific game. He's been a vocal leader. He's been energized. He's made plays on both sides of the floor tonight.
Brown step back right wing 3 over Anunoby. 2 strong. Rebound Hart. Calling out signals, looking up court. Hart to the near side arc, defended by Cornette. get the ball away from him. Inside to Towns, contested catch, hits a right side floater in the paint. Asking for a foul. It's 110-89. Boston still in control, 5:25 left. Holiday feeds Cornette out high, dishes left for Brown, takes a dribble to the top of the key. Snatchbacks dribble, finds a right wing shooter. That's Peyton Pritchard, and he nails the three. 5:14 to go. You can see the gears turning in Tom Thibodeau's head. 5:08 left in the fourth. 113-89. Boston is going to win game 5. No Brunson with 6 fouls.
The commentary that Jrue Holiday is guarding Karl-Anthony Towns as opposed to Luke Cornette.
Spins in the lane, runs him over, and a blocking foul signaled by Tony Brothers. Looked like maybe Josh Tiven was going to call a charge on the other side, but Brothers had already started signaling block. 24-point Celtic lead, under 5 minutes to go. Tom Thibodeau, arms crossed in frustration at midcourt. And sometimes you'll see Rick Brunson hop off the bench. And I don't know if he suggests to Tom Thibodeau to make a sub, but he has not done anything of the sort so far. It's the playoffs after all.
I don't see Tibbs looking down to his bench either, but I'm with you. At this point, you got 1 day of rest to get ready for game 6 back at the Garden.
Towns gets the first free throw, 23-point lead.
It's not just about the scoring tonight, but it's about the overall focus. I think this team was not prepared for the amount of cutting, the execution. The three-pointers really have been a thorn in the side of the Knicks all through this series. And tonight the Celtics are shooting 65% from 3. Or excuse me, that's from the free throw line. 46% from 3, which is still terrific.
That is interesting, though, the foul shots, missing 9 of them, but the Celtics still dominating the game. Towns got the free throws. He has 18 and 8 rebounds. 4.5 to go. Brown takes a left elbow jumper and rainbows it in. He's 9 of 17 from the field, 26 points, and he's 2 rebounds away from a triple-double.
Who got attacked?
And Jrue Holiday looks the most upset. It'll be free throws for Karl-Anthony Towns. And a second delay of game call on the Celtics, so they get the T for that. 115-91 Boston. 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Well, if you're frustrated, I get it. Knicks had a chance to close out this series in 5. Knicks in 5 is pretty fun to say, but Knicks in 6 rhymes. And if you're stressed about rest, well, Jalen Brunson picked up his 6th foul a few minutes ago, so he's only going to wind up playing 33 minutes in the game, and he's going to be the most important player, you figure, to get New York a Game 6 win.
Yeah, but Karl-Anthony Towns has to get back to his effective double-double type numbers as well. Mikal Bridges has been a shell of who he was in the Game 4 victory. And OG Anunoby, he's a guy that when he scores 20 points, this team fares pretty well. He's stuck on 5 tonight.
Yeah, 1 of 11. He's been up and down. He had a playoff career high 29 in game 1. They don't win that game without him. Pritchard, a straightaway three-pointer. Short. Anunoby the rebound. He's got 8 of those tonight. But then OG, the next 2 games, he combined for 7 points across games 2 and 3. But then right when they needed him, he got 20 as he drives on Cornet, got fouled from behind and missed a right-hand layup. And he winds up on the deck, which of course may create some agita for Knicks fans. This game is out of reach. 4 minutes left. But maybe just trying to find some rhythm. That's what you usually hear when the coaches are asked, why did you keep the starters in?
You know, but it's also quite the juxtaposition to each game is a different game. So does that rhythm actually carry over?
Good question. Well, you can tell these Celtics fans are going to make a whole lot of noise at the final buzzer. They have to be inspired by Boston's efforts. Essentially no Porzingis or Tatum. Porzingis hasn't played at all in the second half, and that's when Boston has stormed back. Anunoby made the first but missed the second, and the ball was tipped out of bounds off of the Knicks on the rebound. 115-93. Celtics lead the Knicks. 3:48 to go. What do you think about this theory, Monica? I think we both agree the Knicks came out to begin the game with the necessary to match the Celtics desperation. They led by 9 in the second quarter. It was tied at halftime as White gets loose for a left-hand layup. But once it was tied at halftime, for the first time all series, the Knicks were not getting drubbed at the halftime break. Did the urgency maybe then drop off, thinking they had found whatever answers they needed to beat the Celtics? As Hart hits a pick-and-pop three from straight on. He is 5 of 9 from downtown.
I mean, that theory is the only thing that logically makes sense, and it's unfortunate, and it's a tough lesson for the Knicks to learn, and they're going to hopefully that's not the case in Game 6. But whoever advances in this series, the Indiana Pacers are home with their feet up waiting.
Holiday answers with a three. Anunoby from the right wing can't hit a triple. You'd love to see him hit one before the game ends. He's 1 of 12 from the field. And now the bench will empty for the Knicks. 2:44 left in the fourth. They're down 120-96. Jaylen Brown gets a standing ovation as he dribbles on the right side. Hart reaches in to foul him. And that will take the regulars off the floor and send this series to 6. They're going to have to earn it. Celtics will improve to 9-2 this year without Jayson Tatum, and this will be by far the most impressive victory without their leader and 4-time All-NBA selection. And they will also get their reserves into the game. And Monica, I'm going to be human for a minute.
Let's be.
Nobody likes the Celtics. Nobody likes Celtics fans. They win a lot, and they brag about it. But you can only imagine what it's been like watching Tatum go down, maybe see their championship window slam shut. This was a budding dynasty, and after leading by 14 in the third quarter of Game 4, then that went away. Tatum went down. This has been a rough 24 hours for Celtics fans, and tonight they get to feel at least a little relief as they've stormed back to make it a 6-game series. What do you think?
Well, I could have argued
that too kind?
It's not too kind, but I would argue that if the series ended tonight, they could also feel some relief in that the rest of their players begin to improve in the offseason.
So yes, it is too kind.
I don't think it's too kind, but I will take a page out of Joe Mazzulla's book pregame, and he said you got to be able to hold space for both things, right? I think it's
as a wild right wing three drops in for J.B. Davidson, making his first appearance of the playoffs.
It is just that kind of night.
125-98, Boston lead with 61 seconds to go in the fourth. So it's been a rough second half, and in the end it'll be a rough night. But important to remember, the Knicks are going to be up 3-2 in this series. And if you go super big picture, they absolutely would sign for this scenario, a chance to clinch at home on Friday. And even if they don't get it done, they could come back here for Game 7, a place where they've already won 2 incredibly high-pressure playoff games in the past week.
This is my caution, though. The comebacks, and Karl-Anthony Towns himself said it, to believe that is sustainable is unwise. And so the Knicks still, I would argue that the closest we've gotten to a complete 48-point performance was Game 4. But they still are hunting a complete performance from tip to final horn.
Keita an easy lane. It's a 28-point lead for Boston. Precious Achiuwa into the game. Left wing hands to Dadier. 35 seconds left here in Game 5. The Knicks have allowed a playoff record in their franchise history anyway, 22 threes in a single game. End of the shot clock, turnaround three from McBride is perfect from the left wing. That's a ridiculous shot for Deuce McBride. So he will finish with 11 points, and the Celtics can run out the clock as they're lauded by their home crowd at TD Garden. It may be the last time they ever get to cheer on this particular edition of the Boston Celtics. Tatum not coming back until at the very earliest a year from now, they say. The Knicks can close it out in Game 6 on Friday, but the opportunity to get a quick 5-game series win has slipped through their fingers. Final score in Game 5, Celtics 127, Knicks 102. The champs aren't done yet. There will be a Game 6 at MSG on Friday.
One thing about the Knicks throughout the to be seen if it will hold in a pivotal Game 6.